Summer 2016 is almost over, and you know what that means. It is almost time for football. Here at the Solano College Sports Network, we cover home games from the Willow Wood Wildcats and the Vaca High Bulldogs. Here is your tentative schedule for the 2016 season. Some games that are must-see this season include August 26th, Concord versus Wood. September 2nd, River Valley versus Wood. September 16th, American Canyon versus Wood. September 23rd is Pittsburgh versus Vaca High. And November 4th, of course, is the Black and Blue Bowl. We expect an offensive powerhouse from the Willow Wood Wildcats this season, led by junior quarterback Carson Strong. Carson is a big quarterback at 6'4", 195 pounds, and is a real patient and accurate pocket passer. Should be no problem for Carson Strong to follow up the offensive success of last year's team led by quarterback Marcus Howard. On the other hand, the Vaca High Bulldogs should have a gritty, tough-nosed defense, starting with safety Tyler Cordell. Tyler is an absolute ball hawk with 7 interceptions last season and 5 passes defended. His speed, mixed with his size at 6'1", makes him deadly. Secondly, we have big hitting safety Cassius Reynolds. He and Cordell together are an absolutely dynamic duo with 10 interceptions last season between the two. Next up, we have speedy linebacker Jacob Abramowitz. Abramowitz adds to the rush. Last year, he had 64 tackles, 3 sacks, and an interception. Finally, we have Colton Osborne, the hardest hitter on the team at 5'9". Colton Osborne may not look intimidating, but you got to keep your head on a swivel whenever this linebacker is on the move. Colton Osborne should be a standout for the Bulldogs this season. I'm Tristan Vector, and here for the Solano College Sports Network, we hope to see you this fall.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tom Zanino Stadium here in Vacaville, California. High school football is back here on the Solano College Sports Network. My name is Brian Nelson. Alongside me is Tristan Vector, and we have an exciting matchup between the Concord Minutemen of Diablo Valley League and the Willow Wood Wildcats of the Monticello Empire League to start off this 2016 campaign. Now, Tristan, Willow Wood is coming off a historic season, 10-2, most wins in school history. A lot of record setters graduated. What do you anticipate in this matchup to start 2016 from the Willow Wood Wildcats?
I'm anticipating another high-powered offense from the Wildcats. Coach Braz's teams usually come out with a lot of offense every year. They lost more than half of their players to graduation this season, but the new team, led by Carson Strong at quarterback and a mostly returning offensive line, should hold it down on offense for the Wildcats tonight.
There you got a glimpse of Carson Strong warming up, and against Carson Strong will be the Concord Minutemen, and Concord is trying to get after Carson Strong and disrupt his passing rhythm. And number 71, DeAndre Morgan, he's actually number 88 on the roster, but he had a little equipment change, and he's actually standing at midfield as one of the captains. You see him right there. He is going to be getting after Carson Strong. Last year for the Minutemen, he recorded 10 sacks, 5 forced fumbles. And if something's going to disrupt the junior quarterback Carson Strong, it's going to be that man on the left of your screen, DeAndre Morgan. And now for more on our report from the Concord Minutemen, we'll send it now to our sideline reporter, McKenna Guerrero.
Hey guys, McKenna Guerrero here reporting live from Tom Zanino Stadium. Today marks the very first game of the 2016 high school football season. And what better way to start things off than right here in Vacaville, California, where we will be seeing the Willow Wood Wildcats versus the Concord Minutemen. I will be giving you the inside scoop on the Minutemen. Last year they had the same matchup, but the odds were not in the Minutemen's favor, coming off a 55-16 loss. And as we know, the Willow Wood Wildcats lost a lot of their powerhouse seniors, so we're just going to have to wait and see what momentum Coach Bywater and the Minutemen bring to the field tonight. Now, let's go ahead and send it over to Melanie Fuller with her report on the Wildcats.
Good evening, Falcon fans. Melanie Fuller here with the Solano College Sports Network. Last year, the Willow Wood Wildcats defeated the Concord Minutemen 55-16 during the preseason. Wood is coming off of their best season in school history. Unfortunately, 31 of the 50 players on Wood's team graduated, including players like Marcus Howard, Jermaine Lewis, and Damon Lewis. Damon Lewis moved into his dorm room today at San Diego State. Carson Strong and Daniel McFadden have big shoes to fill for last year's show-stopping team. Now let's see what this almost brand new team can bring tonight. Thank you. Now back to you guys in the booth.
And thank you to McKenna Guerrero and Melanie Fuller. We hope to hear from them multiple times on the sidelines throughout the game. Now, Tristan, I want to ask you to start out this game. Wood deferred, so Concord's going to receive the ball. And this puts us in our first dilemma of the 2016 season. Last year, Coach Morales was very aggressive on the kickoffs, often going for an onside kick multiple times. And with his high-powered offense, they were able to score on a majority of those possessions that they got back. Do you anticipate Willow Wood going aggressive and going onside kick here to start off this ball game?
That's a big prediction. Great job, Willow Wood marching band.
Hey, it's
There goes the cartel.
and the kicker will be number 4 for Willow Wood, Kashav Clay. And we'll see if you are right, Tristan, with your predictions. It's kind of like somebody in baseball being on the disabled list for a while. They get back in. You don't know how you're going to hit until you actually see Major League pitching. So we'll see how your prediction does here to start off this ball game. And so for Concord, let's give you a little preview about what they have on offense. They have their returning starter, Nick Nunez, at quarterback, who was 113 for 210 in passing attempts for a 53.8 passing percentage, with 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. And the big issue for the Concord Minutemen, they lost 93.8% of their completions last year. So a lot of the receivers graduated, as well as their stud running back, Harold Tidwell, who had 337 carries for 2,416 yards and 31 touchdowns. That is production you cannot replace on your own. And there you see the returner for Concord getting ready for the kickoff from Clay. He gets the signal from the referee, and we are underway with the 2016 football season. It is fielded at the 10-yard line by the receiver. Concord has a hole on the left side of the field. He has one blocker in front of him, and he falls down. He has Green all in front of him. He could go all the way, and he is in there for a touchdown. Concord Minutemen score on the opening kickoff. Couldn't draw it any better if you're Mark Bywater and the Concord Minutemen. Opening kickoff, not very good discipline by the Willow Wood Wildcats on the kickoff coverage. They had the coverage to the top of your screen, and the kick returner for Concord, we don't have his number because he's number 28, not on our roster. But they're actually going to go for 2 here to start very aggressive. Inside handoff to the running back is swallowed up by Willow Wood, so they will not get the 2 points. And so just 6 on the board for Concord, but man, what a way to start out 2016 if you're Concord Minutemen.
Serious decision right there, obviously, to go for 2 right off the bat. The extra point and also the strike call, too.
And so immediately the guy who just scored on the kickoff for coverage, he took a quick break on the bench, but now he's out there for kick coverage as you see him jogging onto the field, getting high fives from his teammates. And he set off the 2016 campaign in an electric way. Hopefully we'll find out who he is. Unfortunate thing about Concord in the pregame, number 88, DeAndre Morgan, had some equipment issues with his jersey. He changed to number 71. We must have missed who changed it to number 28. It would be great to know who that individual was, and we hope to find out as soon as maybe halftime rolls around. Maybe one of our sideline reporters, McKenna Guerrero, is covering Concord for this game, so maybe she can find out for us and get you that information as soon as we achieve it. That also would be nice. As the kickoff to Wilsey Wood is fielded at the 12-yard line by, let's see, the Wilsey Wood returner, and he is going to be swallowed up at the 31-yard line. That is number 88, Matthew Gonzalez. And this game is just in its infancy, only 23 seconds in. It's already 6-0 after Concord returned the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Failed on a 2-point conversion. This is Wilsey Wood's first opportunity with the ball on offense with their quarterback Carson Strong under center. Strong with a hard count. Gets a guy offsides, but he jumps back. The handoff to Daniel McFadden is swallowed up by the Concord Minutemen defense. Mike Davis Jr. in the backfield for that loss. And even smaller is the guy that took his place, Chris Catlin, only 5'7", so a little scat back in there for Carson Strong with pump fakes, looks to his left, goes and rushes, tries to get as much yardage as he can, and so it'll be 3rd down and long for the Wilsey Wood offense.
Here we go, 3rd and 15 for the Wildcats.
So we'll see if that pocket passing can net them a first down. 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Here with the clock rolling, Strong gets the snap, looks to his right. He throws it to the out receiver, and he is going to pick up near 10 yards, but not enough for the first down. He threw it to Daniel McFadden, the running back. We'll see if Coach Moraz keeps with his aggressive mentality from last year and go for it on 4th and 3, and his offense is still out there. One thing we have to point out, though, Carson Strong was practicing punting as well pre-game, so you have to be aware for a little pooch punt. Carson Strong with a hard count, trying to get him to jump off sides. They're going to go for it. Slant was not there. Pressure on the backside, and there's a flag on the play. Chris Catlin could not come up with that catch from Carson Strong, but we'll see what the penalty is. This could be very huge for Wilsey Wood. If it's on the Concord Minutemen defense, then this could net a first down for them.
Holding against Concord.
Yeah, and it's going to give him an opportunity to grow with his receiving core with Zach Marsh-Wolhan. When they both played as sophomores, they often entered the game together, so they have some sort of chemistry built into the season. And with that veteran offensive line, it's definitely going to be beneficial for a young quarterback, as that one it goes over the head of Carson Strong, and McFadden has to smother it. So a miscue by the center with the high snap. And so a couple unforced errors for the Wilsey Wood Wildcats. A lot of mental mistakes to start off, maybe some nerves to maybe try and live up to the expectations of a 10-2 season.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out right now.
Second and 21.
That's right. Jesus Ray is the center there. I was just about to talk about him too. Biggest player on the 12 pounds on the line.
Strong with a look to this wide receiver, and that one pops out of the hands, and they're going to say an incomplete pass. Minutemen wanted Alex Cruz to try and run that in for their second return touchdown of the game. but alas, it is just going to be 3rd and 21.
So bring up a 3rd and 21 for the Cats.
Yeah, that exasperated size says everything, Tristan. But we'll see what's expectations. They have not looked sharp in this game. And the Wilsey Wood starting lineup, we never gave that to you to start out. Darius Shoot-Mickles will be at right tackle. Diego Nunez is at right guard. Jesus Reyes is at center. Tim Stevens will be your left tackle. And Sean Toriak, your left guard. As that one is thrown behind the receiver, Parks. Actually is McFadden, I believe. And that is going to be incomplete, so 4th and 21. So expect special teams here. As you can go for it when it's 4th and 3, 4th and 21, that's a whole nother ball game.
So bring up a 4th and 21. Austin back deep for
Receivers on the team, but with very little action, they're going to need them to be a lot more involved.
That punt went off the side of the foot of the quarterback, Carson Strong. It's going to trickle out of bounds at around the 33-yard line. So pretty decent field position for the Concord Minutemen, as that hold on 3rd down does not come to haunt Concord, as that snap on 1st down really put Wood at a disadvantage. And so Concord will be set. We'll get our first look at the Concord offense. To start out this ball game, they returned the opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Under center for the Minutemen is Nick Nunez. Joining him in the backfield is Mike Davis Jr., the running back, as well as Marcos Oropeza. They're going to split Oropeza out into the slot. Nunez starting his senior campaign after coming back. And they're going to call a timeout. So they are off to a shaky start, as they cannot get formed in the right formation to start this ball game. So, like Tristan said, we were unable to get the starting lineup. We're going to try, based off of our camera work, to give you the most accurate lineup we can. Based off of what I see on our screen, there you see Darian Smith, the wide receiver. Marcos Oropeza will be your slot receiver. Mike Davis in the backfield. Not sure who the top receiver is at the top of your screen. On the offensive line will be Jake Reel, DeAndre Morgan, Trevor Lopez, Anthony Sosa, and Evaristo Rios. And Morgan might be your tight end as well. As that throw from Nunez is caught by Oropeza, he'll be tackled at around the 35-yard line. Second and 5. That one is a little swing pass to Augustino, and he is swallowed up by number 42 for the Will C. Wood Wildcats, Jesse Milliken, the linebacker. Yeah, that one was for a loss of 2 yards, so that backs him up to 3rd and 7. Nunez, that's a whole new situation, 3rd and long. Found out who the other 2 receivers were. Joey Augustino is your top receiver, and Alex Cruz is in the slot playing kind of a tight end, halfback kind of swing formation, as they're going to blow this play dead. Delay of game, perhaps walking back 5 yards. So both, I think nerves are getting to both of these teams to start out this 2016 season. We've seen a lot of penalties. Both offenses have stagnated to this point. So Nunez in the shotgun formation. He rolls to his left. He's going to throw one-handed play by Cruz, and he is not able to haul that one in. Big hit by Asa Wande for Wilsey Wood, the starting free safety. And Wande was going back to field the punt, and it's going to be 4th and 13. Their starting offense is going to be out there, but like we saw with Carson Strong, perhaps just a pooch punt. There's no returner back there, though, and they are going to punt it away. And it's a pretty good punt. It's going to land right around the 30 and take a good bounce for Concord. It's going to settle right around the 21-yard line. Yeah, he'll predominantly be in the slot for Wilsey Wood, with Deshaun Parks and Zach Marsh-Wohan being your outside receivers. The other starting wide receiver is Vince Fan, as they feature a 4 wide receiver starting lineup. But here, they're going big and bulky as Carson Strong is under center. They hand it off to McFadden. He makes a couple jump cuts, but he goes nowhere as they stuffed him at the line of scrimmage. That, again, is DeAndre Morgan setting the tone down in the trenches. So 2nd and 10. That run for no gain from McFadden. As Carson Strong again under center, something we didn't see too often last year. As Carson Strong steps up in the pocket, he has a wide receiver wide open, and he just throws it over the head, just out of the reach of Aiden Kakuza.
Pass intended for number 44.
That right there, I mean, that's a good shot. His back shoulder, I think, just avoiding the sack, but they really don't want to be backpedaling in that situation. I don't want to have him get
3rd down.
shoulder if he wants to make that catch. He's over here trying to really lose his balance. The throw was maybe a little far, but like if he hits him in that situation, he's just going to get hit as soon as he catches him. He has no momentum, so he'll go backwards. Yeah, if he was leading him in stride, that one is an easy 6 points. And maybe if that was a taller target like Zach Marsh-Wohan being 6'4", that would have been at least a completion. But just a missed opportunity for Wilsey Wood puts them at 3rd and 10. Strong steps up in the pocket. Little dump off to Catlin. Catlin makes a move, makes a defender miss, and he is going to be wrestled down at the 37-yard line after picking up a 1st down.
Brought down by Oro Payson.
Quick as a cat, quick as Justin Gatlin. Boom, Chris Catlin.
7-yard line, 1st down for
There you go. You want 6:18 left here in this 1st quarter, as Strong in the pistol with 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 wide receivers to his right. And they're going to get Wilsey Wood on a false start.
Flags on the field.
Oh, they actually called it against Concord. So maybe they said that the defender went into the neutral zone, causing the offensive player to jump. That could be the reason why it's. So again, a fortunate break as the pistol. They're going to hand it on a delay to the running back McFadden, and McFadden picks up a 1st down.
McFadden, the ball carrier, surges forward for a 1st down for the Cats. They'll be moving those chains. Sandoval on the tackle for the Minutemen.
And so last year, Wilsey Wood featured Lewis and Lewis, both Damon Lewis, who is the school's career rushing leader, as well as Jermaine Lewis, be your 2 feature backs. But here, Chris Catlin and Daniel McFadden look to handle the bulk of the load. And so they're trying to get Concord with these hard counts, but they're not biting. Chris Catlin on a rush to the right side. Evades 2 defenders, but the second one ties him up by the ankles.
The right side, Chris Catlin.
You've had a hip injury. What kind of feelings is Chris Catlin going through?
It's really difficult. Everything that you do, you want to go anywhere. So any type of sprinting motion you push off with your hips, right? So that's just got to be incredible pain.
And so not good to get your second back out as Strong makes a one-handed catch. McFadden with the nice catch on the screen, and they bring him down after a first down. Couple nice plays by Carson Strong. That snap was high again, and just the height of Carson Strong able to haul that one in and dump it off to McFadden for a first. And so Wilsey Wood getting momentum here for the first time on their second drive on offense. 5 minutes and counting left in this first quarter, as it is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Strong under center. McFadden in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. A little play action. He looks to the top. Cannot evade the rush as he is swarmed down by Concord. Hunter Simmers gets the sack. Simmers last year had 1 sack, so already here in the 2016 campaign gets his first in the first game. So 2nd and 14 as a flag is called, delay of game on the offense. Yeah, Strong's activity last year was in relief of Marcus Howard in a lot of blowout games. I mean, Wood averaged over 54.8 points per game, so a lot of blowouts. So Strong got a lot of work last year in a backup role. Strong, again, with the little screen pass to McFadden, and McFadden stops and is going to be tackled from behind. Not sure why he stopped. Everybody around him was his own blockers. If he kind of kept the momentum going, he could have gotten a couple more yards, as it will be 3rd and 11. And he throws it to the left side, and Parks cannot haul that one in. As it Carson Strong definitely was a long-term project. You can see the raw skills that Carson Strong has. He has the unbelievable arm. He has sneaky athleticism for being 6'4". You expect somebody that young and that tall to be kind of awkward and not get used to that 6'4" frame. But he is very athletic, a two-sport athlete, as he's on the basketball team as well. 4th and 10 for the quarterback, Strong. He looks to his left side. He has a seam wide open, and he gathers it in, McFadden. As McFadden, the running back, almost dropped out. Huge 4th down pass. Yeah, Chris Catlin back in after coming out with an injury to his hip, as he took a helmet direct to the hip, as he is split out to the bottom of your screen as a slot receiver now in motion. The handoff to Catlin on the jet sweep. He is going to bounce to the outside, try and get an edge, but he is run out of bounds on that first down run. So 2:43 as there you see our camera person, Elizabeth Torres and Ana Patero, with our new sideline field level camera. So you're watching SCSN, and there you see her shot down on the field. It's a great look there in the red zone as Carson Strong, 2nd down and 5, looks up the middle and he's trying to thread the needle. He had a linebacker underneath McFadden, try to fit that one in there, but threw it too high.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for a guy that's 6'4" when you throw it into someone that much shorter than you.
Intended for McFadden.
7 inches right there, right? He's throwing it down with other receivers that are taller. You
Go, third, 6 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tricky with his arm angle that every time he throws to one of the shorter receivers, he's throwing down in order to fit it in there. So it just makes it that much more difficult as we'll see what we'll call timeout here, use their first timeout. So now each team has 2. Here with yeah, so it's going to be tricky down the line for Carson Strong, but hey, sometimes you just build rapport with guys. You have to be on the same page, and that's what these beginning of the game seasons before conference play starts, that's what these games are all about, just building that rapport, getting your offense clicking so when the games really count against your rivals in your league, you are ready for those matchups. And there you see Brian Nelson, Tristan Vector. Your last game with us, Tristan. We're going to miss you over in the East Coast doing your thing. Hopefully you'll be a pro hockey player, come back, grant us an interview.
No doubt.
Guarantee that right now. As Strong hands off to McFadden, makes a nice cut, and he is going to be brought down shy of the first down marker, so it'll be 3rd down. Actually, that was 3rd down, so it'll be 4th down. That defensive line has been stout for Concord. They were able to really set the tone down there and not get driven back by the Will C. Wood offensive lineman. So the run game really hasn't gotten going. Carson Strong's screen passing has been the real key. As Strong steps up in the pocket, he's going to be sacked on 4th down, so turnover on downs. Concord will take over inside their own 20. And maybe hoping that his defense gets the ball back as that jet sweep is well blocked. He has a lot of room up to the side. He cuts back. They gonna say he stepped out of bounds. Did the receiver Darian Smith. So great play call. Only Smith stepping out of bounds caused that not to be broken for a huge gain.
Touchdown.
19-yard rush on that play by Darian Smith. As Nick Nunez with the receiver in motion hands it off to Augustino. Augustino is just a mirror of the last play. He has blockers in front of him. He's going to cut upfield, and he's going to be ridden out outside at the 50-yard line. And it's going to be a late hit as well because Augustino stepped out at the 50. His body's at the 45, and he got hit by the Will C. Wood Wildcat defender, Tymon Ellis.
But at the same time, he was still running.
Yeah, but man, Concord's offense, back-to-back plays, the exact same play, just mirrored images of each other going to the two different sides of the field. They've located a deficiency in the defense, and that's the edges. They were able to block both times and have two lead blockers in front to block one cornerback. And when you have that kind of blocking, it's all sorts of daylight for Concord. And now Nunez steps back. He's going to step up in the pocket, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield. And they come up with the ball, but they're not going to say that Matthew Gonzalez stripped, as they're going to throw a flag on top of it. So we'll see what this flag is, but Matthew Gonzalez sacks Nick Nunez. It's actually going to be called a delay of game because Gonzalez kept the ball too long and kind of threw the ball down instead of handing it to the ref after he didn't get what he wanted. So 2nd down and long. Nunez looks to the right side, and it's going to be drilled to Augustino, and he's going to be tackled down by Deshaun Parks. It's going to be 3rd down and about 8. No, because the delay of game was after the play was dead, so the sack counted, but they brought the ball 5 yards up from where the sack had taken place. So now that was a 2nd down play, so it's 3rd and 9, just inside of the 10 that they needed. Nunez out and dropped by Smith. And Smith is frustrated himself, so back-to-back errors from Smith, one stepping out of bounds on that run, and there he turned his head to run with the ball before he caught it. So Darian Smith drops it on 3rd down. We've seen both sides be very aggressive. There's been no sort of kicking game either way. Both quarterbacks have executed the pooch punt at one point, but here in their own territory, Nick Nunez drops back. He's going to scramble. He just needs to beat the linebacker, and he does, and he just gets tapped down, and he just lost his footing, and he made a great one-on-one move to juke the linebacker. That's a move the linebacker has to get the quarterback down.
Yeah, if he didn't lose his balance right there, he might have had a chance at 6. But that was just really shifty right there by Nunez. He starts going to the right and to the left, and he made some really quick cuts. But yeah, you're right.
Nick Nunez last year, 30 rushes for 136 yards as he hands it off to Smith again on that sweep to the outside, and Wood does a much better job of trailing that play as the linebacker Brandon Brisson gets down Smith.
Still good yardage though for a 1st down play right there.
Darian Smith was a ball carrier there.
Yeah, they're inching closer, and they're inside the red zone here at the 17-yard line as the first quarter is over. Concord leads this game 6-0 after they brought back the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Both sides have tried to get their offenses rolling. The first possession for both sides really showed a lot of hesitation, a lot of nerves. They weren't very crisp on offense. And the second drives, on the other hand, they've built momentum. Both have gone into the red zone. Wood not able to execute in the red zone, turn it over on downs. Now Concord will execute in the red zone here as the second quarter will begin. And as they switch fields, let's do a little station identification. You're watching the Solano College Sports Network. I'm Brian Nelson alongside Tristan Vector. Watch all of our games on Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28, our YouTube channel, Solano College Sports Network. Join us on Facebook, Solano College Sports Network, and our Twitter and Instagram new handles, SCSN Sports. So that's a change for us in recent days. Follow us Twitter, Instagram. Hopefully we'll have a much better detailed social media platform, as we are going to be joined here in the second quarter with the second color commentator as Mike Davis takes that inside handoff. We'd like to welcome to the booth for the very first time, Dylan Collins.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to this Concord versus Willow Wood game. We have a good one going on. The score is still about 6-0 as the Minutemen,
just about,
as the Minutemen enter the red zone. Let's see what they could do.
As they fail to snap the ball, so miscommunication from the center to the quarterback as the motion man went, and so did the blocker that was supposed to block in front of the quarterback, but the center never hiked the ball.
Yeah, if you're coaching right here, this has got to be really frustrating right now when you look at all the penalties that have racked up between delay of games and false starts between the two teams right now on offense.
So 6 seconds have ticked across in the second quarter. 11:54 left as we've corrected our scoreboard. Credit Josh Kinder on the scoreboard, who will be joining us later in this game.
It's a new crew, new year. You know, these two teams came out to a bit of a sloppy start. Oftentimes we have the same problem.
Davis gets the handoff, and he is going to be swallowed up at behind the the line of scrimmage, as that was a great play on the edge from Willow Wood.
Davis is looking up with his hands up like, hey, bro, where was my block at?
Yeah, as you see, the defense just collapsed on them right there. It looks like they're expecting that run right there.
So 2nd and 14 here for Concord as they went backwards on that first down run. They actually changed it to 2nd and 20.
Starting to push them back out that red zone.
So it looks like they were inside the red zone enough to be on goal, so it would be 2nd and goal from the 20. As Nunez looks, he's going to be pressured by Willow Wood. He escapes the first defender, throws it off his back foot and out of bounds. Smart heads-up play not to take the sack and get more yards lost as they live for 3rd down.
Yeah, like you said, Brian, that was a smart play just to get rid of the ball, not take the sack, not take the loss of yards, especially when you have great field position like they do right now.
Yeah, and with the lead right now in this situation, that's the safe play to make. He had to make a man miss first. You know, he had to break some ankles like Kyrie did to Brandon Knight. But then he had to throw the ball away because obviously you're not trying to take any loss of yardage here in this situation.
You could have said anybody for Kyrie crossing somebody up. You just had to pick on your boy Brandon Knight.
He's not my boy no more.
No, as Nunez rolls to his right and is going to be swallowed up by Deshaun Parks as soon as Augustino made the reception.
That was a wonderful catch by number 10 with the defense draped all over him. That was a great defense as well by the Willow Wood Wildcats.
Yeah, Deshaun Parks was all over him, and he did a great job to make a quick tackle right there because in that situation, even though he caught the ball, it's still going to be 4th down at the end of the day, so you got to make sure that you bring him down.
4th and goal as Deshaun Parks looks a lot more comfortable in his defensive role, which he started last year, than he does in his offensive role as a receiver. So we'll see what we have on 4th down as a little fade route to the back of the end zone. He makes a great catch over the head of the defender, Alex Cruz, with the touchdown.
Oh, that was unbelievable throw right there. And man, what a catch that was. He has the defense draped all over him. He's going off of his back shoulder. He's backpedaling. That's a heck of a catch on 4th down.
Yes, nice touch on that pass. Nice hands on that catch. Great connection from quarterback to receiver right there.
I thought, especially with the positioning, you could have called pass interference on that one, but Alex Cruz said, forget pass interference, I want 6. So they're going for 2 to try and even this score to a more conventional 14-0 after they failed on their first 2-point conversion. Slant to Cruz, and that one is good as Cruz with the touchdown and a 2-point conversion, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see if they have to retry this 2-point conversion attempt.
They threw the flag almost as soon as the snap was made, so I start to wonder if maybe someone was offside.
Yeah, perhaps somebody on Willow Wood lined up in the neutral zone, but they're asking Willow Wood about the penalty.
Well, nobody's leaving the field, so I feel like the penalty must have been on Concord.
Yeah, they pointed the direction of Concord. So Willow Wood did have the option to take it on the kickoff, but obviously you would rather back them up 5 yards and make them try a 2-point conversion from a further distance. So it will be a 2-point conversion from the 8-yard line, I believe.
The ball's back to like the 8-yard line.
So Concord has scored really early with a opening kickoff touchdown, and here early in the second with a hookup between Nick Nunez and Alex Cruz as Nunez scrambles and is going to be picked off by Zach Marshwalhan.
That was just a nice heads-up play by number 80 for the Wildcats.
Nunez needed to just give a look to the left side of the field right there. There was a whole lot of confusion between the Wildcats. 3 players over there were running around kind of confused, looking around right there, and there was a slant right up the middle that was wide open.
So 2-point conversions really been the weakness for Concord as they scored on an opening kickoff, and there with the conventional drive after Wilsey Wood failed to put points on the board as they went into their red zone. So Wood started the game off pretty shaky. They had to punt it away. Then they followed it up with a drive to the red zone. What do you anticipate here on this third drive for Carson Strong and the Wilsey Wood Wildcats?
I'm anticipating a lot more passes. They've been running a lot, and it hasn't necessarily been working. Catlin and McFadden have been getting yards here and there, but then the line hasn't been able to create a big enough hole for them, but they've been able to pass protect pretty well. So I expect Carson Strong to drop back and pass on most of the plays this drive.
I agree. They have been fairly balanced, trying to establish the run, which hasn't been working for them so great. So let's see if they could get some yards through the air, establish a nice new drive, and get some rhythm to this offense.
I like to see them maybe attack the edges a little bit more because everything's so clogged up in the middle for the running back. If you get some success on the outside, maybe to Zach Marshwalhan, that will allow the defense for Concord to kind of spread out, keep their attention to the edges, and that way you can open some running lanes for McFadden and Catlin to try and pick up some big yardage for Wilsey Wood. So Cruz, the man who caught the touchdown, is going to be kicking the ball off. Back is Deshaun Parks and Gonzalez for Wilsey Wood. That one is aimed in the direction of Gonzalez, and he's going to bring it up and bring it to the left side and make a nice cut. And he's going to be tackled down at the 25-yard line. So that's where Wilsey Wood's drive will start, at the 25.
Average field position right here for Wilsey Wood. It's not like they're starting off with the short field. Field positioning is a very big deal when it comes to a game like this because they're already starting downhill, and Concord's been getting pretty good field position. That's why Wood has to score on this drive, because every time that they've been punting it, Concord's been starting with the short field, and they've been able to score.
So Chris Catlin will start in the backfield with Zach Strong under center. You have 2 tight ends up at the top of the formation. They are going to play action pass. Strong pump fakes to elude one defender, throws off his back foot and finds the receiver for the first down.
And that was just great pocket awareness by Carson Strong right there. He felt the pressure, stepped up in the pocket, and delivered a beautiful pass to move the chains.
I mentioned that he's a big man on the basketball team. That looked like some post moves right there. Instead of really running or escaping with his legs, he just made a couple turns to the right or the left to avoid a couple defenders. Great throw.
Yeah, Brandon Brisson with the reception, as Brisson and Kokuza are going to be your tight ends when they go jumbo. As they are at the bottom of your screen, they're going to hand off on a stretch play. He has a hole on the left side as he's going to be tackled after a gain of 5 is McFadden.
Just what you said, they're starting to attack the edges now after a pass play up the middle, just the kind of diversity that that offense needs.
Exactly. That is great play calling by the coaches over on that Wildcat sideline.
And there you see McKenna Guerrero talking with Chris Jenkins of the Concord Minutemen, who is not in pads. So he should fill in some information for us, and we will hope to bring you that information as soon as McKenna is ready with it. As Wilsey Wood with 1 wide receiver, jumbo set, play action pass, and he eludes one defender, stays on his feet, and rushes forward. He finds a receiver open, but it's off the hands of Brisson.
Oh, no, that was great playmaking by the quarterback Strong right there. He eluded the defenders, trying to bring him down in the backfield, was able to get the pass off to an open receiver who just couldn't hang on to the pass.
Man, I know it's a little windy out here, but help a brother out. He makes all those plays in the backfield. You got to catch that ball.
Got to give your quarterback some help. He's been under a lot of pressure. Receivers got to get open. Line, you got to do some better blocking for him.
All I can say is he has the hands of a linebacker. Brandon Brisson, the starting linebacker for the Wilsey Wood Wildcats, playing tight end there. Kind of showed why he's the starting linebacker for the Wilsey Wood Wildcats.
And Carson Strong just standing there with his hands on the hips like, what else do I got to do for you there? Like,
he did a pirouette. He did a little handstand to try and stay on his feet. 3rd and 5. Goes to an out route to Zach Marshwalhan. He's going to stretch that 6'5" frame over for near a first down.
Yeah, that's going to be a matter of a couple inches right there. I'm not sure if he got it or not. They're going to have to measure it. Looks like he might be short.
Yeah, where they spotted it is going to be probably a half-yard short. And with the aggressiveness of the Wilsey Wood Wildcats,
they're going for it.
4th and inches. They went for it on 4th and 3. They went for it on 4th and longer. 4th and inches, no problem.
And you know what, Brian? I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to pass it on this down right here.
Yeah, catch him off guard, but also the quarterback sneak, and they're going to hand it right back up the middle. And he's going to make a second effort to reach across and go past the 50-yard line. So he was stuffed at the line of scrimmage, was a running back, but he made a nice turn, did Aiden Kakuza, and he reached over for the first down on 4th down.
The referees were a little bit generous right there by not whistling forward progress. He was kind of stopped for a couple seconds there, but he managed to turn his body and reach his arms out. That was a great job.
Just some good classic smash mouth, grounded pound football right there.
Jackson Tabola checks in for the Wilsey Wood Wildcats as the motion man gets the handoff for Wilsey Wood as McFadden is tackled after a gain of just 2.
Yeah, they got to get McFadden going in his running game. He has a lot of talent, a lot of speed. Like you said earlier, Brian, let's see if they can start working that outside and stop jamming it up the middle because it hasn't been working for him so great so far.
Probably going to get back to the passing game here a little bit too, but yeah, you got to keep rushing it outside so you can open up the middle.
And I think this is a situation where Wilsey Wood really misses their 2-star wide receivers, Arthur Jackson, Tavian Cunningham, the 2 top receivers in Wilsey Wood history last season. They had the speed to really take the top off the defense, so it frees up the running game. Here, you don't see any speed threats really as 2 play-action passes as 2 fakes, and that one is going to be knocked down, but he held the wide receiver with his left hand, so that's going to be PI, but McFadden comes out limping.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact on the play down the field. It was a nicely thrown ball by Strong, but then again, there was pass interference that could have gone either way, but it looks like it will be going against the Minutemen.
Yeah, I've been waiting to see strong arm. That's the first time that we've seen him really drop back for a deep ball. I expect to see some of that this season, but great job right there by McFadden to draw that contact.
Yeah, we know Strong has a vision. He's a big boy, 6'4", so you know he can see over his offensive line. So let's see if he gets some passes going. Let's see if they could get rolling tonight.
And it looked like it was actually Parks who limped off the field, not McFadden. I've been confusing the 2 and the 5 all day long. As Catlin checks in, Parks is in there as well. And so they're going with the pistol formation. One of the things Coach Morales talked about was versatility. We've seen a lot of versatility in formations as Strong steps back, steps up, throws across the middle, completed to Zach Marsh-Walhan. He makes 2 defenders miss, and he's going to dive across for a first down. Great second effort by the receiver.
Extra yards after the catch are really what decides games in situations like this. That's a little move right there. He ends up getting hit by 2 guys. He only gains a couple extra yards, but those couple extra yards turns the downs into a first down. That's great hustle right there by Wohan.
Great point, great point. Hard work pays off, and those extra little 2 or 3 yards got them the first down.
And that's the kind of chemistry you want to see between your quarterback and your receiver. Somebody he can go to in a pressure situation as the handoff to McFadden is going to be stuffed in the backfield. Great penetration by number 51, Ebaristo Rios.
And you talk about that chemistry. Well, Strong and Wohan are the only 2 players that were really used somewhat regularly as sophomores last season on this varsity team. Both of them starting as underclassmen on varsity football. Next year, it should be really interesting with the 2 of them as seniors. Probably Wohan's going to be the top receiver, and Carson's still going to be the starting quarterback. So,
yeah, Parks being a senior, he is listed number 1 on the depth chart. As Strong drops back to pass, he looks to the right side, and it's going to be off the hands of his receiver, Parks, as just his knee came in and actually took that ball out of the midst of Deshaun Parks.
Yeah, these receivers got to give Strong some help. He's been making plays with his feet and his eyes. He's been putting the ball where it needs to be. These receivers just got to hold on to the ball.
This is Deshaun Parks' first game as a wide receiver. Last year he was strictly cornerback. He had an interception and a touchdown on a fumble recovery, no receptions in his career. So today he's trying to get used to this wide receiver thing that they've got him top of the depth chart on.
Here we go, 3rd and 18.
3rd, 18. Carson Strong in snap gun. Another high snap. Strong able to elude around the pocket. He gets out of the grasp of one defender but slides down. He's going to be tackled with DeAndre Morgan chasing him down. So it'll be 4th and long. It'll be interesting what they decide to do here on 4th and about 13.
Yeah, Brian, you were talking about earlier the chemistry between receiver and quarterback. How about between quarterback and center? These snaps have been all over the place this first half. Let's see if they could get it together, establish a better rhythm so Carson Strong can make more plays for this offense.
I think Reyes just figures, hey, man, this guy's 6'4". He's going to catch whatever I put up there. I'm going to just throw it way higher than I usually do. But he's throwing it a little high. But, yeah, the fact that Carson Strong's 6'4" and pretty athletic has saved them on several occasions when the snap would have been gone.
4th and 12. Carson Strong steps up in the pocket. He has a man right in his face, but he throws it, and it's going to be intercepted. And he's going to be tackled in the end zone. Might have been a bad play, as that's going to be a touchback, so they actually lose 10 yards, 15 yards on that interception because it was 4th down.
Yeah, Strong just trying to force it in right there. He was under a lot of pressure. Seen his man get open, hit him too late, and they end up getting picked off in the end zone.
This is an opportunity for some growth for Carson Strong. This is 3rd year on the varsity team, but that's the first interception he's ever thrown because he hasn't had a whole lot of action. And all the times that he's come into action, like you mentioned earlier, are in blowouts. Last season, pretty much every time he came into the game, they were already winning. There was no big deal. This is the first time he's ever had to face some kind of adversity like this where he needs to lead a comeback.
And so he throws his first career interception. Nick Nunez and the Concord offense look to take advantage as it's an empty backfield. 1st and 10. And they're going to scramble with Nunez. It's a design quarterback run, and they sniffed that one out. Great play by Jesse Milliken to stop that one for a loss on 1st down.
That's not the first time we've mentioned Milliken's name next to a great tackle. Great tackle right there. He had to get off of his blocker right as Nunez was about to get around. If he doesn't get him right there at the line of scrimmage, then Nunez is going to have a pretty good game.
Yeah, and we talked about the offense losing a lot of starters. The defense lost a lot of starters as well. Milliken, one of the few returners, along with Brandon Brisson. They look to shore up that linebacker core, and as well as Parks on the outside. They've done so far a pretty good job holding Concord, only 1 for 3 on offense in terms of scoring drives so far. As Nunez runs to the left side, and he picks up a lot of yards, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see who this penalty is on, perhaps in the area of holding with the wide receiver on the outside. Maybe he held to create that lane for the quarterback.
Yeah, it seems like Nunez is just playing it safe right now. They have the lead. They're trying to hold on to it, make sure that the Wildcats can't put any points on the board before the half.
And the Concord defense has done a great job of shutting down Wilsey Wood. When's the last time you saw Wilsey Wood? It was 0 points in a quarter, let alone 4:40 left in the second quarter.
Now you're looking at a team that averaged 54.8 points per game last season. Their season high was 77, and you're looking at 0 headed towards halftime. Concord has an unbelievable defense this season, something that they did not have last season, as you saw the time that they played Wood and gave up 55 to him. I think Wilsey Wood's a little bit surprised. I think they kind of expected not nearly as much of a challenge as this game has turned into.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to underestimate them. Concord came 1 game shy of winning their playoffs that they ended up being a 9-5 record, while Wilsey Wood lost to Del Oro, who were the eventual Division II sectional champs. As, again, design run by Nunez, as that's going to be stopped after very little gain.
Yeah, great job again by the Wilsey Wood defensive line to sniff that one out. And 3rd down and long here. We mentioned Concord's going to try and run out the clock here. Well, if they don't get this 3rd down, Wilsey Wood's going to have a chance to get themselves back into a 1-score game at the half. Yeah, they need this. They need this down right here.
Yeah, approaching on 4 minutes. Wilsey Wood not nearly the quick attack offense, so if you're Carson Strong, you want as much time on that clock as you can to try and get the first points of the 2016 season on the board. As 4 minutes has come across, and they're going to call a delay of game on Nick Nunez, so that backs him up 5 more yards. 3rd and 22 will be the results of that penalty.
This is a great benefit. Excuse me for interrupting, but this is a great benefit for the Wildcats. As you mentioned earlier, field position is key in these types of situations. It's late in the half. Let's see if the Wildcats defense could hold on tight.
Not much you can call on 3rd and 22 as Nunez runs to his right. He's going to keep it himself and try and cut back across the field. He's going to be tackled by a couple Wildcats. Took him a while to get down, but he got down, and it's going to be 4th and long for the Concord Minutemen.
Yeah, Wande finally got in there to finish him off. He probably dodged 5 or 6 tackles right there. But it seemed like that was just a play to try and kill some time here for Concord, who was anticipating a punt.
And Nunez last year, we never mentioned this at the top, he came in after Concord lost to Will Seawood last year by a blowout margin, 55-16. And after Nunez came in, Concord went 8-4, and they had a heck of a season. Nick Nunez back for his senior campaign, and he punts this one away deep and over the head of McFadden. He feels it on a bounce. He better pick that ball up. That ball's live, and he is going to be wrestled down at the 25. And they're going to blow him the play dead before that ball's squirted out of the hands of McFadden.
And that punt right there by Nunez. Both these punters both these quarterbacks were working on punting in practice, and man, Nunez, that was a heck of a punt. He obviously, McFadden underestimated his ability to kick the ball because that thing went right over his head and he almost lost the ball.
And the thing about Tom Zunino Stadium, kicking in that direction, you have the wind at your back. So all the punts have a little extra yardage, and vice versa, punting the opposite direction, the wind's at your face, you don't get a lot on those punts. As Strong drops back, one step drop and throws it to Wohan, and he makes a great move yet again. Big physical receiver, Zach Marsh-Wohan. Kind of like a tight end playing wide receiver.
Yes, he is a big guy out there. Kind of looks like a Jimmy Graham type-esque player. Big guy, nice hands. Looks like he could end up playing basketball in the future.
Yeah, you're looking at the only other guy on this offensive starting lineup that is just as tall as Carson Strong, 6'4", 198. He's actually bigger than Carson Strong is by a couple pounds, so a big target for him.
Fakes the pass. Wande again through the hands of Wande. Parks and Wande really need to be more sure-handed for the Will Seawood Wildcats in order to get their offense rolling.
Yeah, and you go back to Wohan, I think he's going to move up to first string on the starting depth chart if things continue the way that they are right now. He's been the best target for them so far.
And you know, we talk about the 1-2 punch of Catlin and McFadden, but McFadden showed some great hands. Maybe move McFadden from a running back into the slot, and that frees up one wide receiver position as well. But we'll see what we have on 3rd and 4 as he goes to his safety, Marsh Wohan, for the first down.
Yes, Wohan does not seem to be intimidated by this defense as some of the other receivers on the Wildcat offense seem to do, and this connection between Strong and Wohan has been working out beautifully.
And I got to agree with Brian on that idea with McFadden. McFadden's shown better hands than some of the wide receivers have, and Catlin's been running better than McFadden in my opinion. So if you move Catlin to the top running back and McFadden over on wide receiver, I feel like that would be a better fit right now.
Strong drops back. He looks for his target across the middle, Marsh Wohan. He was completely uncovered. He's going to be taken down across midfield for another first down.
Now
that
it
connection,
seems like,
big catch in this first half.
Seems like Wohan's starting to instill some fear in the defense himself right now. They left him wide open over the middle. You can't do that for such a big target.
Yeah, at this point in the game, after all the catches that he's made, that's the first really large yardage type of catch that he's made. At this point, you can't find him that wide open after that. Like, he gets loose, he gets open there, okay, but if at any other time in this game, if Concord leaves him that wide open, they're going to have somebody getting yelled at.
Strong steps up in the pocket. He has some room to run on the left side. Oh, but he is swallowed up quickly by DeAndre Morgan. He had a second of daylight, but Morgan closed that daylight very quickly.
That's the wrong guy to try and stiff arm and keep running right there. Carson Strong's a big boy, but DeAndre Morgan's not going to get stiff armed.
And Carson just trying to make a play on that play. He didn't see he did have a man in the flat open. He was looking downfield, trying to create something, and end up losing yards on that play.
Lost 5 to be exact. 2nd and 15 in the pistol. He drops back to pass yet again, and it's going to be a little dump-off pass just out of the hands of Morgan, and they're going to swarm McFadden, and he's going to be hit out of bounds, and they are going to call a late hit on the Concord defense, and that's a good call.
Yeah, the Concord fans don't like it, but you know, he stepped out of bounds under his own power, and then the guy finished off the tackle. Even if it wasn't like a big dangerous hit, that's still a late hit.
Yeah, by the letter of the law, he gave himself up, he stepped out of bounds, and then 2 players went and hit him. And even if they hit him, I think that wasn't the initial problem, is that they wrapped him up and then took him to the ground. That was the issue, as they will march that ball forward for a first down. So 2nd and 15, you complete a small little screen pass, and you get a first down off of the penalty.
And that screen pass was nearly intercepted, not because it was a bad throw, but the athleticism of DeAndre Morgan for such a big boy right there, that spinorama, he almost put it down with one hand.
Strong back to pass yet again, and he looks to the outside. Parks slides down, but it hits the ground. That time I think Strong just underthrew his receiver. Deshaun Parks.
Yeah, definitely. That throw was not quite where it needed to be. He had his man open, but he just undershot him a little.
And again, it goes back to this offensive line. You got to give your quarterback some more time, set up in the pocket, look downfield, and deliver the ball where it needs to be.
It's also important to mention he's throwing against the wind. Just like the same idea with the punts. If any sort of long throw in this wind, too, is also going to die down, he's going to have to put some extra arm strength on it.
You can see a bird flying to our left, not you, our viewers, but that bird is working, flying against the wind, as that draw play is going to get a big chunk of yardage from McFadden, as that was a beautifully timed draw play from Strong to McFadden.
Yes, great play calling. Nice cut by McFadden, the running back. Turns it into a nice chunk of yards, and it looks like he picked up the first down.
Yeah, it's the first double-digit yardage rush that we've seen from McFadden so far this game. I was waiting for him to break out. Great run right there.
And not necessarily talking about setting the edges, but passing on so many consecutive plays allowed Strong to get that, as Strong, again, botched snap. About the 5th or 6th bad snap we've seen from the center.
Just in this half.
Yeah.
And, man, the wind, I mean, you can't blame it on everything, but the wind is factoring into everything. And so right now, if Carson Strong's throwing against the wind, Jesus Reyes is snapping with it.
Yes.
And so he's got to take something off of these snaps right now. And they just called timeout. I'm sure that's what he's being told.
But question, that snap was low.
It was.
How to explain that with the wind?
I think that the wind in that situation just made the ball go a little faster.
Okay.
I didn't mean necessarily like making it ramp up.
Made it sail.
Yeah.
And there you see the American flag blowing in the wind here in Vacaville, California at Tom Zanino Stadium. I'm Brian Nelson with Tristan Vector for his last game. Dylan Collins with his first game. A little passing of the torch between you, Tristan. Tristan, what kind of advice do you have for Dylan as he enters the broadcasting realm here at SCSN?
You know, I would just tell you to be yourself, but you want to be Francois, so I'm not sure about that. But all I got to say is, yeah, just be yourself. Let your personality seep through your work and put your all into it. And like Poff always says, for every hour that you're here, you want to put 2 hours in on the preparation. Preparation's the key when it comes to this stuff. You don't got to be a pro at this sport and know everything about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
As the 2nd and 18 from the pistol, they're going to throw it to Wohan again, and he's going to step out of bounds, go back to around the original line of scrimmage.
And back to what Tristan was commenting on about preparation, about this profession also needs to apply on the field, which apparently hasn't been going on between this center and quarterback. These snaps have been up, down, left, and right, and you can't establish a rhythm that way.
There's something to be said, though, between practicing things and being under the Friday Night Lights for the very first time.
True. That is very true, Brian.
So we have a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 12. Nobody in the backfield, empty for Carson Strong. He looks to the right side, floats it, and then that one is almost intercepted. Very fortunate, because with Wilsey Wood's aggressiveness, they have another shot here to pick up the first down.
Yeah, he just undershot him. Marsh Wohan had to step on the defender, and he would have been into the end zone right there. And you can see he's a little disappointed after that ball falls a little short, nearly intercepted. So Carson Strong, if he gets another chance like that, you got to put a little more on it.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a scary pass. There was 2 receivers, but there were also 2 defenders in the area. Fairly jump ball right there. There was a lot of air under it. Thank goodness it was not picked off and going back the other way.
4th and 12 from the 22-yard line. Carson Strong drops back to pass. Steps up, and he is going to be tackled in the backfield for a sack. Just could not find a receiver uncovered, and so he'll be sacked for a loss on 4th down, turnover on downs.
And on that play, he actually had quite good protection. He stepped up in the pocket. The line gave him enough time to make a throw, but looks like nobody could get open. These receivers have to get some separation to score.
He kept stepping up. He stepped up so far that I almost thought he was about to pass the line of scrimmage and be at the point where he has to rush. And at that point, I felt like he probably should have dropped back farther instead of coming closer to his linemen, since they were giving him so much time.
Yeah, but definitely give credit to Concord for that. Is the definition of a coverage sack, where your back line of defense is able to cover for so long that you get a sack, as that one is just your conventional go get him sack for Wilsey Wood. As Wilsey Wood gets a sack from number 34, Jacob McCottrell, and there's a flag on the play after that sack, as you can see the little yellow hanky sitting on the field.
You see some frustration starting to set in for this quarterback. Needs to get something started. Hopefully they can at least get a few positive plays in before the half.
Hey, if he's frustrated with a 12-0 lead, I don't know what's going to make him happy.
Yeah, I got to say, this is probably the best defensive half I've seen at any of the high school football games that we've covered. We've seen a whole lot of really high-scoring games, and this right here, this is just good old-fashioned smash-mouth football.
So offsetting penalties, both sides from Wilsey Wood and Concord. So we'll do that play over. 1st and 10.
And if you're Wilsey Wood right there, that does you absolutely no good. Both players get penalties, but Concord gets to benefit from being able to do the play over.
And quick correction, because that ball was after the play, that down counted. 2nd and 10 here with 52 seconds left.
You're killing me, Brian.
I know. Hey, I could be wrong once in a while, you know? Once in a blue moon. I was looking up to see if the moon was blue.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I don't see it.
Nunez in the shotgun position with the running back to his right. He looks, quick snap throw, completed to Joey Agostino. And Parks, he could have read that pass a little bit. That was just a one-step hitch, and he could have jumped in front of that, fly the ball, decided to play it safe and tackle Agostino after he picked up that 1st down. Clock is running, though, 42 seconds and counting. Snap the ball to Nunez. Pressure up the middle. He's going deep. Safety help over the head, and Agostino can't make a spectacular one-handed catch.
That was a very nice throw by Nunez right there, just on the fingertips of his receiver. He did throw into double coverage, but it was a beautifully timed throw and a nice route by the receiver, number 10.
Yeah, he did everything he could do to try and haul that one in. That would have been an unbelievable catch.
Yeah, Agostino, he really benefited from Nunez putting in the one place where he could make a play, but the defenders couldn't. And that's something with the wind in your favor you have to make if you're the starting quarterback for Concord. As Nick Nunez, with 32 seconds left in the 2nd quarter, drops back. He goes deep again. He has a man beat, and they're going to call PI as that underthrow ball actually helps out Joey Agostino because he has to kind of slow up, go back for the ball, and allowed the cornerback to run right into him.
Yeah, it was a very easy call right there. When he slowed up, the cornerback came over and just slashed both of his arms with his arm, held on for a little while right there. So, I mean, that's an easy call.
Yeah, great adjustment by the wide receiver right there to slow down, not run past the ball, and able to get that call.
They're actually walking back, though. So, apparently that wasn't okay. They're walking back just to walk forward. That makes total sense to everybody involved as they spot it.
He's like, do I stop here? Wait.
At the 47-yard line after doing a little do-si-do across the midfield line. We're all set, baby. 1st and 10, 25 seconds.
We already started this game late. Don't waste any more of our time.
24 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Nunez drops back to pass. Looks deep yet again. Back shoulder, and that one off the fingertips of Oropeza. He had 2 receivers in the area as Joey Agostino was also there.
Yeah, that pass looked just a tad bit rushed. Maybe a little more time for the play developed. He might have been able to get one of his wide receivers open and gain some positive yards on that play.
I actually think Agostino was the intended target, and he just didn't break in time, and Oropeza broke out of his route just in the nick of time, and it was just over his head.
Yeah, that was some borderline PI again, but almost got his hand on that one.
21 seconds after 4 seconds ticked off the clock on that 1st down play as Concord on the other half of midfield at the 47-yard line. They're going to call a timeout to talk things over. So, folks, you are watching the Solano College Sports Network. Fall football is back in 2016. Wilsey Wood, though, not duplicating the success that they had in 2015, yet to score in this first half. It's been all Concord. What does Wood have to do to get a stop on this drive and allow this lead to stay just at 12?
I feel the defense just needs to hold on tight. I don't believe Concord will take too many other big shots. I mean, they are on a comfortable lead, so you might want to play a safety, maybe 2 back there just for some prevention defense. But other than that, get to the quarterback, put some pressure on him, get the ball out of his hands.
Look, Wood's D-line is doing an outstanding job so far this game and this drive right here. What they got to do to keep Concord from scoring right now is they got to stay disciplined. The only thing that has been moving Concord up this drive is penalties. They got to stay away from penalties because they're already getting pressure on the quarterback.
That is a great point, Tristan. Great point.
So let's see if Wood can avoid the mental mistake as Nunez has 3 receivers at the top of your screen, 1 on the bottom. He drops back to pass, and he has a lot of field in front of him if he wants to rush, and he's going to throw. He was past the line of scrimmage, I thought.
Yeah, he was definitely past the line of scrimmage.
But the play is still going on as Darian Smith, he created the catch, and the referees are going to talk about it And there is a flag at the 45-yard line. He definitely threw past the line of scrimmage on that scramble.
Yeah, I think that one's coming back, you guys.
He kept inching. And I was like, all right, you're going to run? You're going to run? He had plenty of green, too.
Yeah.
He could have got the first down.
It just run out of bounds there. You still have one timeout as well. So illegal forward pass is the call. They're going to back him up. And that is pretty much a drive killer because that play took so long to develop. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Can't do much with 8 seconds from midfield, essentially.
Yeah, Nunez, maybe the smarter play would have been to run the ball, keep the ball, maybe get out of bounds, stop the clock. You still have another timeout. You would have set your team up great to possibly get a field goal out of this quarter.
And kicking with the wind as well. Field goal is going to be more in range for whoever their kicker is. We'll find out as soon as you do.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever plan on really kicking, though. They haven't gone for it on any extra point attempts, and when they're at the 10-yard line.
3rd and long. That one is dropped back, and he puts it. Oh, great play by the cornerback for We'll See Wood. Time on Ellis breaking up that pass play.
That was just a good play. Nice jump ball by Nunez thrown. And it was just classic one-on-one. My man versus your man and see who wins. And that time, the Wildcats got the best of that battle.
So 2 seconds. I don't want to give you some flashbacks to your Detroit Lions, but a Hail Mary opportunity here before the half. It's not to end the game like Aaron Rodgers did, but just calm down, settle yourself.
Josh, you wanna hop in here? I'm done.
It is getting cold out here, all this shade being thrown, but hey.
So 2 seconds left, Nick Nunez. You're going to get all your tall receivers in there to try and throw a little jump ball in the end zone.
As you see, no running backs, 5 receivers out there.
And they bring in the big Alex Cruz as a snap. And, yeah, that play did not look good off the snap of the ball.
It seemed like one of the receivers on the offense might have jumped a little too early on that one right there.
So they'll back him up 5 more yards.
I still remember when you texted me after that game because I was at hockey practice. And you were like, bro, did you see the end of the Lions game? And I was like, no, I left. There was like a minute left. We won, huh? And you were like, you're not going to like this.
No. So Nunez trying to pull off some Aaron Rodgers type of activity.
Stop.
I don't see why. As a second left, they have 12-point lead. Smart play, either kneel it down or just run the ball. Head back to halftime.
And they are shifting the offense, so Mike Davis is in the backfield. They looked not very organized, as I'm not even sure they have 10 men on the field, as they're just going to hand it off on an outside handoff. Trying to make a great play, and cutback is Darius Smith, and he does. He breaks a couple tackles, but he's going to be wrestled down at around the 40-yard line. So no Hail Mary. Nothing to worry about, Tristan. We're at halftime. Concord leads 12-0. Tristan, what are your thoughts on this first half? Besides, being pissed at me for...
I mean, is this really how you're going to send me off? Like, I'm going to have to fight you after this. No, this is a great first half right here. Every game that we've called from last season, pretty much every single one was really high scoring. This is a nice kind of break to watch some great defenses go at it, and We'll See Wood's got to find their offense right now because they have none.
So, Dylan, your thoughts on this first half?
Yes, I agree. Will See Wood just needs to help out their quarterback a whole lot more. Both of these quarterbacks, and Strong and Nunez, have been creating a lot of opportunities for their teams. Nunez, his team, his supporting cast has been benefiting him more, resulting in 12 points. Wood needs to get some help for Strong. And their defense needs to tighten up on that secondary. Their receivers have been torching them for most of the first half.
And We'll See Wood will be receiving when we come back with the second half. You're watching the Solano College Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
Hey guys, Solano is hosting the 20th Annual Solano Community College Athletic Hall of Fame, Saturday, November 5th at the Hidden Brook Golf Club in Vallejo, California. The Hall of Fame class of 2016 consists of alumni Keontae Howard, Blake McCarron, Lavella Asuncion, John Canova, Sharonda Watson, and Candace Holmes. There will also be a special recognition to the women's 1995-96 basketball team and the 1989-90 football team. Tickets are $50. For more information, contact Claire Gover at claire.gover@solano.edu. Make sure to buy your tickets now because this is an event you won't want to miss.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports. It's an education.
During the second quarter, I was able to speak with senior Miles Riggins, who is the only injured starter on the team. Riggins injured his ankle during their scrimmage against Alhambra and will be out for the next 2 weeks. He stated that the team hasn't been focusing on comparing themselves to last year's. Riggins wants to win as many games as possible and defeat their other rival Napa. He also stated that the team has always been good defensively, but working on offense and catching the ball will benefit them. Now let's send it over to McKenna Guerrero with her report on Concord.
thank you, Melanie. What an incredible first half for the Minutemen. First possession of the game, we had Mike Davis Jr. run it all the way down for the first touchdown of the evening. Late in the second quarter, we had Nick Nunez throw it over to Alex Cruz, having the score be 12-0. Later, Carson Strong was intending to pass to one of his receivers, but Marcus Otopeza was there for the interception. Now let's see if the Minutemen can keep the momentum going to come home with a victory today. Back to you guys in the booth.
And we are back in the middle of the second half. The first play of the game, of the half, was Carson Strong and Zach Marsh-Wohan down the middle for a big play. So this drive will continue at the 43-yard line on the other side of the field for Wilsey Wood, as the motion man is McFadden. He gets the handoff. Is great pursuit tackling by Concord, and he's down at midfield.
Yeah, Marsh-Wohan started off the half with an outstanding play, 37 yards, lots of yards after the catch. That's not the play that you want to follow it up, though, with McFadden getting taken for a loss.
Loss of 7, and let's introduce our new color analyst, Josh Kinder. He's going to replace Dylan Collins here for the third quarter. What were your thoughts on the first half, Josh?
The first half, I can tell that Wood is really using Zach Wohan, number 80. That he is
strong with the pass on the corner, and that is in bounds. So first reception for Asawande. Go ahead, continue, Josh.
That they were using him well, because not many high school teams use the tight end when they are playing on the field, and the fact that we see Wood using that very effectively too, that they do have a strong tight end on their roster, and you can tell that he is definitely getting in his reps.
So 3rd and 7 here with just a minute run by in this third quarter, and that one's out of the reach of the receiver for Wilsey Wood, Dominic Garcia.
Yeah, man. See ya. Yeah, another underthrow there by Carson Strong. He's had a few of those later on in the half, and he really needs to cut that down if they're going to score any points here this half.
4th and 7, they've been very aggressive, going in for 4th on many occasions, only punted once in the first half. Expect another 4th down play to try and pick up this first down, which is at the 33-yard line. Ball spotted at the 40, 4th and 7, empty backfield. Zach Marsh-Wohan to the bottom of Strong. He looks for Marsh-Wohan. He has him down the field, open, wide open. He is on the move, and it is a touchdown. Wilsey Wood, Zach Marsh-Wohan for 6.
Zach Marsh-Wohan with another outstanding grab this game. His yardage total really getting up there, and like I said earlier, you really look for him to be, even though Parks is listed at number 1 on the depth chart, he's really been the main target all game long for Strong, and I look for a lot of that this season.
Yeah, totally, because if you see that Wood keeps on using it, they know who they're lining up against, who's going to be the defender for which. They're utilizing everything. They've been paying attention to the scouting reports. They've been paying attention to everything. You can tell that they definitely are seeing and making the adjustments that they did to work the ball farther down the field than they did in the first half.
So Kashav Clay, the kicker, coming in for the first point after attempts for either side, as Concord's gone for 2 on both of their touchdowns. Clay with a short kick, and that's not going to even reach the crossbar. So kicking into the wind wreaked havoc, and that play, it was kind of a botched snap as well. So not able to get that point after attempt.
And this is why Wood and Concord have both been going for it in every 4th down situation near the goal line whatsoever, and it's just a struggle with the power of the kickers, and we saw it last season, like I mentioned, for Wood. So probably look for them to go for 2 from here on out.
Probably also go look for another kicker on the soccer team. That worked out pretty well last year.
That worked out great. Did she graduate too?
She did graduate.
Yep.
She was a senior when they got her. So you need to scout the sophomore soccer team, get a kicker for the next 3 years. As Wood looked a lot better on that drive. 2 seam passes to Zach Marsh-Wohan result in big plays. So Wood comes up with a huge touchdown to answer to the 12 unanswered points. That's got to be a huge relief for the Wilsey Wood Wildcats because they seem to be pressing a lot in that first half. Coming off of a stellar 10-2 campaign, Wood getting that touchdown should hopefully settle it down if you're a Wilsey Wood.
And the only real solution for Concord right now is you're going to have to double team Wohan. There's nobody that can guard him one-on-one when he's 6'4", 198. They don't have anybody on the defense that can guard him.
Yeah, but the one thing that you need to know is that once you start double teaming, you're going to have to leave that one person open. So you got to choose who's going to be the one open.
And the thing is, with some of the hands that some of the guys that we've seen on Wilsey Wood had with some of their drops.
Onside kick, and that one's not going to travel 10 yards.
I would make that gamble with some of the drops that they've had.
Yeah, Parks has yet to get a reception. Wande got his first reception on that drive. And hopefully for Wande being so young in his playing career, only a junior, that this first half really, he got the nerves out. And the second half, he can go ball out like Coach Morales knows he can. He wouldn't entrust a junior to start on both sides if he didn't see some talent out of Asa Wande.
Yeah, and he's already been balling out on the defensive side. He hasn't done anything wrong on that side of the ball.
Man in motion, Nunez fakes to the man and hands to the running back Mike Davis Jr. for a short gain on first down, a gain of about 3.
Yeah, good job right there by the line. The Wildcats line has been great all game. Their backfield's had a few struggles, and then the biggest thing to me really has been the penalties and just undisciplined play.
There you see Wande, the safety, on the defense for Wilsey Wood, as that was a 4-yard gain. Second down and 6, man in motion. They hand it to the man in motion, Darian Smith, and he turns it upfield, breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to be swarmed just short of the first down marker, so it'll be 3rd and short for the Concord Minutemen.
This is the situation that you want if you're the Wildcats right here. You give up really good field position when you take that gamble for the onside kick. So to get them to a 3rd down right away, you got an opportunity now to make it a 3 and out. They got to stand strong though right here on this 3rd and 1. I'm sure they're going to rush it.
Pistol formation for Concord. Man in motion is Smith. They fake the handoff to Smith, give it to the running back Mike Davis Jr. for a first down, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, not sure what the call is here. Wildcats are just going to hope that it's on Concord.
Yeah, and Concord really trying to utilize Darian Smith Darian Smith on the outside, number 16 at the top of your screen. He's really attacked Wood on the edges for pretty good, consistent success. And if you pair that with faking the ball to him and handing it to the back, it just creates this unpredictability to the Concord offense that will hopefully, for them, keep Wood off balance on defense.
Yeah, and for the Wildcats, I mentioned they've been doing a good job so far, but they've been undisciplined. And right there, you see the penalty flag was a face mask on the tackle, just adding on extra yardage to that.
1st and 10
the play
from the 30. Pistol formation, hands off to Davis. So rush heavy attack. Davis with a nice cut to the right side. He's going to be tackled down by Keone Wilson, the shortstop. Still in baseball mode, the strong safety. Doing baseball games with you, Tristan, all summer long, you know? My mind's still in baseball sometimes.
We did too many to even count, man. But
and you can see those on SCSN on Channel 28 in Fairfield.
Shameless self-promotion. Yeah, come watch us.
Obviously, we're in Vacaville here, so our Vacaville viewers, you can watch us on youtube.com/Solano College Sports Network. As this play in motion is handed off to Augustino, and he is attacking the edge, but Wood, very disciplined, not able to get much yardage on that second down run.
Yeah, he put up a couple moves and managed to dodge some tacklers, but overall he didn't gain any real yardage right there because the Wildcats were very poised in defense and managed to have a whole lot of bodies around him. So if he dodges a couple, he's still going to get taken down.
So 3rd and 5. Josh, what do you anticipate from the offense from Concord here on this 3rd and manageable situation?
For third and 5, I would not be surprised if the quarterback keeps it for himself and makes a few yards, but looks like it's going to be a screen pass to Agostino, which does not gain much.
Yeah, he's tackled down by number 42, Jesse Milliken. We've called his name multiple times on the edge. That's something Wood really features, is very fast, athletic linebackers. We saw that last year, and Milliken looking in his senior season to duplicate that sort of consistent success.
So, yeah, all game long, Milliken's been making some really nice tackles on the inside. He doesn't try to do too much. He doesn't try to blow anybody up. He does a great job of wrapping up the legs and bringing them down.
4th and 7 after that 2-yard loss. They're going out to Augustino. Parks all over him, but Augustino makes a great catch at the sticks. We'll see where they mark it and if they'll give them a first down.
I think he was short just a little bit by the spot.
Yeah, we don't have the greatest angle of along the lines, but they are going to wave the sticks forward, so he picked up just enough. They needed 4th and 5. They got about 5 yards and 1 centimeter.
That right there is a very favorable spot.
And Concord's drive continues as they are in the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 15. That one is handed off to Davis Jr. He makes a great cut on the inside, but is going to be tackled by the linebackers.
And considering the field position, that's a good first down play right there to get some medium gain, set up a potential pass.
And they've really slowed down the tempo of Concord running the ball consistently. They must have seen that first touchdown from Wood and say, oh, that's the Wood we remember from that 55-16 loss. So they're really running the rock with Davis and Smith on those jet sweeps. So 2nd and 5 here from the 17. I actually think that's the 12-yard line, as Davis runs to the left side now and is swarmed by a couple Wildcat defenders. They're down.
One thing that I would like to point out is that from the first half, Wood was not doing that well at bringing their tackles. And I feel like what they are doing now, it's not about tackling hard, it's tackling smart. Not just trying to get that hit or knock the ball out, but wrapping yourself around the runner, wrapping yourself around the quarterback, making sure that you stop that play.
And it's going to be 3rd and 1 after a couple sure tackles from the Wildcat defenders. Nunez is back. He looks to the back of the end zone. Augustino with a great leaping catch, and it's just off his fingertips right in front of Josh Redson, our cameraman. And there you see Joey Augustino and Josh with the camera right between the 1 and the 0. Gotta love that aggressiveness from our camera crew here at STSN.
That connection, though, between Nunez and Augustino is just on point right now. I've not seen that good of a connection in a really long time.
Yeah, Augustino only 3 catches last year, 2 rushing attempts for 3 yards. Definitely having a better senior campaign, as that 4th down is going to be stuffed behind the line of scrimmage for a turnover on downs. Jesse Milliken yet again with the stop.
Yeah, every single big play that we've seen from Will C. Wood's defense this game, Milliken's been around it. That's another terrific tackle right there on 4th down and 1. In a game like this, they didn't even concede a single yard right there. Great job by the Wildcats. They got to ride that momentum right now. They could take the lead on this drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just going to have to get that kicking game situated. They are on the wrong side of the end zone. So maybe a really deliberate drive that takes over the 5 minutes and 35 seconds that are left here in this 3rd quarter. Switch the fields around. You get the more favorable wind for your kicking game. As Strong is under center. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Receiver in motion, Parks. They fake it to Parks, hand it to McFadden, and McFadden is swallowed up by the linebacker as there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's not one thing that we've seen a lot from both these teams is someone under center. It's always been from the shotgun and not directly under center, so the ball will be snapped into his hands. I think maybe that's just because of all the high snaps that have been going from the shotgun that they're trying to make that adjustment.
That's a good call as well, because from this direction we've seen 5 or 6 bad snaps from the center, Jesus Reyes. They have not really dialed that in, so make that not even a thought for your starting center and just hand the ball off under center to Carson Strong. As that 1st down run is going to be called back 5 yards on the penalty. So it's 1st and 15 from the 5-yard line. Carson Strong man in motion in Catlin. Catlin gets the fake. Strong is around the baseline. Did they get a safety? They got him just shy of the end zone. So about as close as you can possibly be if you're Carson Strong on second down.
You got to be more careful than that. You don't want to take a hit down in that area. You got to escape and throw the ball away.
Yeah, I would like to see in this part of the field, they executed the screen passing game very well in the first half. A couple of dump-off passes to McFadden. Catlin has a very breakaway ability that McFadden necessarily doesn't have.
Yeah, he's got some great breakaway speed, too.
Just very shifty back as 2nd and 22 from the 3-yard line. Blitz coming, Strong on the out, and the slant is dropped again from his receiver. That's at least the 4th or 5th drop we've seen from Wood.
Yeah, that's probably the 2nd or 3rd drop that we've seen from Parks. And you can see him lay on the ground for a minute after that one. I don't blame him.
Yeah, Parks just kicking himself mentally that, man, that could have given my quarterback some room here down on the end line because Concord was coming on a blitz there trying to get that 2 points and the ball. So 12-6 game, 4:07 left in the third quarter, 3rd and 21. Carson Strong in the pistol. He looks to his right, quick slant out to the flat, and that is completed. Just a safety kind of pass to his wide receiver, Vince Fan. It's going to pick up a few yards, but not nearly enough for the first down.
This game has been dominated by field position, as we talked about earlier, how big of a deal that is. Concord's been playing with the short field. So that play right there is just get as much yardage as you can right now, and then, you know, I assume they're going to go for the punt right here because even though they've been really aggressive, this is just way too deep in your own territory to risk something like that.
4th and 8. They are kicking into the wind. As Strong with the punt is a low line driver. Hopefully it does take a Wilson Wood bounce, and it's going to go past the 50-yard line, settle down at the 47.
And now if you're Concord, you got to take advantage of this kind of field position. They've been getting it all game long.
So 13 yards, that is about a 40-yard punt. And considering the wind conditions, that is a very good punt to put them on the opposite side of midfield. That was a very difficult punt for Carson Strong to execute.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of hang time right there, but he got the right kind of bounce with the front nose of the ball touching down and rolling the other way.
All you really need is that Aussie-style punt where it bounces the way that you want it to bounce. They have a great way of controlling the bounce and making sure it bounces forward and not backwards. Had he punted it in the air, the wind would have caught it and brought the ball back naturally back towards him. So the ball is at the 47-yard line for Nick Nunez. Ball is handed off and fumbled and is recovered by the wide receiver Smith.
Yeah, good reaction time right there by Smith. A fumble right there that was recovered by Wood would have been absolutely detrimental to Concord right now and would have killed their momentum.
2nd and 13. Nick Nunez in shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen, 2 on the bottom. He looks to the top of your screen, and he hits his receiver and tackled by Tymon Ellis. It's going to be short of the first down marker. Going to be 3rd down. Smith with the reception there after jumping on that fumble 2 plays ago.
Wood's doing a great job of putting pressure on Concord each and every drive. It seems like they start off with a 3rd down before they can get to their first down.
3rd down and 5 from the 48-yard line. Again, same formation as the last play. Nick Nunez gets the snap, rolls to his right. He's looking that way. His tight end stopped, and he really planted himself in the middle of the field. Cruz, and the linebacker Milliken can't believe it. He said he dropped the ball, but Cruz is going to get credit for the reception on 3rd down, and that moves the chains.
Yeah, he can say what he wants. That was a clear catch right there. He trapped that thing right in the bread basket and then went down on it. Great catch right there.
And you talked about the basketball skills of Zach Marshwalhan. That was a basketball move as well. Just stick yourself in the middle of the field where everybody's flowing to the right side.
Definitely.
You make yourself a big target, and that catch by Cruz in the middle was good for a 1st down. 1st and 10. Now with less than 2 minutes, handoff to Davis Jr. We'll get about 4 on that 1st down run.
Another good 1st down play for Concord to get some decent yardage. Set up a 2nd down and manageable. You don't want to keep going down to 3rd down every time because you're going to fail once in a while.
Yeah, as you can see, like, it's interesting how you're seeing now Concord is playing small ball, how they're not trying to take out as much yardage as they can in one play. They're just getting it little by little by little and just eating as much time as they can.
Nunez in the pistol, Fake off to the sweeping back, hands it to Davis Jr. And he gets close to the first down marker. It's actually Austin Williams with the carry, giving Mike Davis Jr. a break. Davis Jr. is the returning back for Concord with 49 rushes, 273 yards, but far paled in comparison to the talent they lost with Harold Tidwell. 2,416 rushing yards last season.
Wow.
31 touchdowns. So obviously not the same firepower, only 12 points here with 42 seconds left in the third quarter. This has been a real defensive struggle for both sides. Nunez fakes the handoff, looks deep. He's getting pressured on the outside. He's going to be driven out of bounds, but he is close to the marker. They are looking for a flag on the Concord side of things, but they're not going to get it, but they might get a first down.
Yeah, well, he didn't give himself up the same way that McFadden did earlier when he drew his flag. He kept running, kind of lost his balance a little bit to stumble out of bounds, so taking a hit right there isn't obviously a flag as it was earlier.
And they are giving him enough for the first down. So a couple of close calls on back-to-back possessions on third and manageable there, 3rd and 2. We saw a 3rd and 5 with that catch from Augustino that was real close to the sidelines. So picking up those third downs are crucial, and Concord's been able to do that as first down carry from Austin Williams is up the gut. His line is going to push him forward, and I think a flag came out. Yes, it did. Yep. We'll see who the penalty will be on.
These first down runs have been great for Concord to get some momentum building each time that they have a new set of downs.
Concord seems to be clapping about the flag call, so it should be on Wilsey Wood. We'll see exactly what they call.
Oh, it's on offense.
Okay, so
holding.
Why on earth are you clapping about holding if you're the running back? It's like, oh, maybe it's like, all right, guys, let's get our heads back into things.
Yeah, it looks like they got Morgan.
DeAndre Morgan, who has a sack in this game on the defensive side, is playing right tackle.
Yeah, he's been so good on both sides of the ball.
Just a big imposing force for Concord as you see him at the bottom of that offensive line, number 71. As Nunez scrambles to his left, throws back across his body to Cruz and glances off of the hands of his intended receiver, Alex Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz has got to be careful on tip plays like that off of his fingers. If he is going to get his fingers on it but not bring it down, he could tip that into an interception.
2nd and 9 with 8 seconds left.
8 seconds to go in the quarter.
30-yard line is the spot of the ball. This is a 12-6 ball game as Nunez is in shotgun. Williams is the running back next to him as they get pressure with 5, and they float the ball, and it is intercepted by the linebacker, Brandon Brisson.
Maybe Brandon Brisson should join the wide receiving core here. We'll see Wood with hands like that.
Hey, actually, not to correct you, but remember
he
in the first half,
he dropped the first pass of the game.
Yeah. So we showed what his offensive ability was as a tight end, but there on the defense, hey, all he needs to do is be in the mindset of a linebacker, and he intercepted that floating pass from Nunez. That's a cardinal sin. You don't want to float balls over the middle of the field.
Never.
Allowed Brisson to make that play. 2 seconds here. Maybe take a shot deep here with 4 wide receivers.
Oh,
that was got him.
That was beautiful play by Carson, trying to get that false start so he doesn't have to worry about getting really far down the field, but just getting more and more yards and not worrying about the clock at all. That was perfect.
And Strong really emphasized that in the first quarter. Hadn't done it since, though, so it really put it out of the minds of the defenders. So it was an excellent choice to do it here in the third, at the end of the third quarter when everybody's tired after a turnover. The defense is kind of not in the right mindset, so good use of the hard count by Carson Strong. 1st and 5. He's going to hand it off on the delay. Oh, nice move to elude the defender in the backfield by the running back McFadden. And he's going to be stopped just around the line of scrimmage. And another yellow hanky comes out.
Yeah, that was a great move to elude DeAndre Morgan, who blew right through that line. You'd think he'd be a little bit tired considering he doesn't get a chance to walk off the field. But he blew right through there, and he was into the backfield right away. He had to elude him. And Morgan ended up following the play and making the tackle anyway.
Greg Sandoval is limping off your screen as the penalty is on the Concord Minutemen. So that will push the chains forward, and that will give Wilsey Wood a first down as that is the end of the third quarter. We head to the fourth quarter with Concord leading 12-6. And fellas, Wood able to shut out Concord there in the third quarter, are in striking distance here as they move into the good side of the field with the wind. Tristan, what do you expect here in this fourth quarter in order for Wood to try and attempt this comeback opportunity?
They got to stay up in the air right now. Their running attack, they've had a few good plays here and there, but it really hasn't done that much. Carson Strong has the talent to lead this team to victory right here. He's got to stop underthrowing. He's underthrown it a couple times. If he gets a chance down the field, I'd look for a deep ball to Zach Wohan. But definitely, I think they need to stay in the air.
Let's give a little scoring recap for those of you just joining us. Demarie Capers returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. That gave Concord a 6-0 lead. Then Nick Nunez connected with Alex Cruz in the back of the end zone for a 12-0 lead. Failed on 2-point attempts both times. Pump fake by Strong. He has an open receiver, wide open. He connects. He is going to run past the defender on the ground and be tripped up by him. Also, Wande, though, he had all sorts of daylight, and a huge play from Carson Strong to also Wande.
Oh, man, he just got him tripped up right there. I thought he had the 6. But that's what I was just talking about right there when you look for a deep ball, because Carson Strong's got that kind of arm. And even then, almost a little bit underthrown. Like if he'd hit Wande, in stride, Wande had to stop for that ball. But either way, it's a great throw. It's a great play for Wood, and they need to convert this into a touchdown. No doubt about it.
That was actually the last play of the third quarter because of the penalty. They gave him an untimed down. And so that was the last play into the wind. Think about that with Carson Strong's long throw to also Wande. And so they'll flip sides of the field, and we'll see Wood is underway with this drive with that big play.
You talked about Wande needing to heat up on the offensive side of the ball. He'd been playing well on the defensive side of the ball. Great play right there, big time from Asa Wande.
So Wood trails here 6-12, beginning of the fourth quarter. And I was talking about the scoring breakdown. Capers with the return touchdown for Concord, failed 2-point conversion. That put him up 6-0. Concord then put 6 more points up on the board with Nick Nunez connecting with his tight end Alex Cruz for 6 more points. Also failed 2-point conversion. We'll see Wood started this third quarter off with a long drive, a couple of long Zach Marsh-Wolhan completions. Marsh-Wolhan got in with the touchdown reception. They missed the extra point, and now they're in the red zone here to start off this fourth quarter. Under center, they hand it off to Catlin, and he is brought down in the backfield by big Alex Cruz.
Yeah, great ball pursuit right there by Alex Cruz. He wasn't going to fall for any of Catlin's little juke moves, and he takes him down in the backfield.
So no gain on that first down run. 11:40 and counting here in the fourth. They're pressuring in the red zone at the 12-yard line. Can still get a first and not a touchdown. Strong looks on the crossing pattern, and that almost was intercepted off the fingertips of Wande.
And Wande's down. Going to get up a little slowly. He doesn't look like he's hurt, but a little shaken up on that play. Probably got the wind knocked out of him. He got sandwiched by those two backs.
Yeah, sandwich with some Wande bread. Third down and 10. Gotta get one last one in. Fourth quarter, last quarter for the funds, Tristan. So can still get a first down. Strong is going to be under center with 2 wide receivers. Wande at the bottom of your screen. Parks at the top. They're going to hand it off to Catlin. So they're going to get a little bit closer with that third down and long. They hand the ball off to Catlin. Interesting play call. We'll see if they attempt a kick here with the wind.
Yeah, interesting play call is right. I don't know why you're trying to rush it in third down and long in a situation like this. I mean, you need this touchdown. It's the fourth quarter. You've only scored once.
And
you can't settle here.
Mass substitutions as Vince Fan comes in, as well as also Wande. Strong coming in with the play call. So they just want to get a little bit closer here, 4th and 6. And should they turn the ball over, they'd be backed up within the 10-yard line. So maybe that is the rationale. But 4th and 6, it is goal to go. As Carson Strong looks, he has a middle of the field wide open. He rushes in, dives. Does he have the touchdown? It's going to be close, folks. There you see Carson Strong laying down on the side of the end zone. It'll be important where they mark it.
It looked to me like he was down on the 1. Looked to me like his knee was down before he got in.
So like I said, you can still get a first down with that. So they do not turn the ball over. It was a little inconsistency with the scoreboard where it said they're on the 10-yard line. So
correct. It was actually 3rd and 10 from the 12.
Yes.
But the scoreboard didn't have it. But
so
first
it is
down and goal
from the 1-yard line. So Carson Strong makes a play out of nothing with his legs. And we'll see if maybe a quarterback sneak here with the long arms. But no, they hand it off to the running back. And, man, they get stuffed in the backfield. Alex Cruz and Isaiah Austin meet the running back in the backfield.
I mean, it's too predictable right there. You see the running back in the backfield, and everybody knew what the play was going to be.
I agree on that 100%.
And you have a 6'4" quarterback. You don't at least attempt to try and just dive in over the...
I would have taken him out of the shotgun right there. Give him a chance to run it if he wants to. Maybe give him a couple options. And then have McFadden right there on his right to dump it off for a short pass.
And they're going jumbo here with Brisson and Kakuza as fullbacks. They lead it to the right side. Great lead block by Brisson. He has the corner, dives in. Callan hits the pylon for the touchdown.
Yeah, that play call right there was also kind of predictable. The thing was it didn't matter because the speed of Catlin going to the outside, and he had the blockers right where they needed to be. And Wood right back in this game.
Yeah, it's going to tie the score up. It's not Wood up 18-12.
We'll see if anybody can manage an extra point attempt here. Can somebody get an extra point attempt?
It's free. It's almost free, folks. As Kashav Clay with the biggest kick of the season so far here, and it's just an extra point attempt. Tie ball game. Clay with the kick. That one is up, and it is no good. That fell short of the crossbar yet again. And so the score will be tied. Wildcats 12, Minutemen 12.
You know, you got to be wondering what was on the coach's mind when he was choosing his kicker, because on the depth chart, he's not a kicker. He's a wide receiver. So I don't know where the talent was, but I'm not the one making the plays and the calls. So there must be something in this kid that's just not showing today.
Yeah, Clay's just been hitting the ball too low, so he puts a ton of backspin on the ball, so the ball doesn't travel anywhere. He gets plenty of height, but because of the backspin on it, it really doesn't have the distance enough for an extra point. That's something you would think a kicker would have to do pretty consistently. So Clay, maybe his ability to get an onside kick could be of help here in the situation. You're kicking from the 40-yard line, and you are very aggressive if you're Wilsey Wood. I'm not sure if a tie ball game is a situation to do it, but we've seen in the past where Coach Mraz calls an onside kick in a non-conventional way.
Yep.
So this is a very big kickoff. We'll see if maybe if Wood could get the ball back, continue their momentum of scoring 12 straight points here in the second half.
I think that with the field position and the way your defense is playing, you got to kick it long here because it's a tie game in the fourth quarter, and the defense has been great.
Yeah.
And what you did also, we have to mention Demarie Capers, who is back, ran the opening kickoff back for a touchdown for Concord. So he has the breakaway ability. And they kick it deep to Capers, and it's going to bounce in front of Capers and bounce out of, White. Capers picked it up, and he is going to cut the ball.
It was out of bounds. That's what the ref blew the whistle instantly.
So the flag will put the ball in favorable position for Concord as the ball is kicked off out of bounds. And Capers, he just wants to run.
Yeah, not as favorable position, not as favorable position as it looked like Capers was going to get them into. It looked like he had a couple blocks around the side before everybody stopped running.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be kicking into Capers too often if you're Wilsey Wood. And so the ball will be placed at the 40-yard line to begin things within this drive. 9:21 left in the fourth quarter. Tie ball game. Everybody has all three timeouts.
Is it? The ref's having a little bit of a discussion about where
the ball will
be placed.
Yeah, I need to learn not to trust the scoreboard as often as I do.
One thing that is going to be interesting on this possession in particular is that
it seems like it's taken an hour, but it's been a complete roller coaster of emotions for either team. Though you're getting a penalty on Wood, Concord has this great rush up here. They're thinking, hey, we're about to score. We're going to get the lead. Next play, they're not ready. They give it right back to Wood. Now Wood's got the momentum. Wood's got a chance to take the lead.
Let's see
Would
how
you have it any other way for your last broadcast?
This has been a crazy game. This is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah. 12-12 ball game, all tied up. 8:52 left in the fourth quarter. Carson Strong in the pistol. 3 receivers at the top of your screen, 1 at the bottom. Strong with the hard count. Nobody bites for Concord. They hand it off to McFadden to the left side. He makes a nice cut, and he's tackled right at midfield after a gain of 7 yards.
Yeah, good first play right there. Good first play right there for McFadden on first down. Nice, healthy gain, and now they got a second down and short. Might look to run it again here.
Yeah, 8:30. They've found their running game finally. After the first half, Concord really stuffed the run as Strong in the pistol yet again. Marsh Wohan in the flat, goes to Marsh Wohan. I don't know how you leave that guy uncovered, but he goes to the sidelines and he's out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
And that was the slowest stutter step I've ever seen in my life.
That was the complete opposite of what we were saying. That was, instead of double teaming him, they just didn't.
They just, nobody.
Nobody was there. Hey.
Let him run in space, you know?
Yeah, I think they were really focusing on Wohan going down the middle of the field. They weren't even thinking about Wohan cutting to the flat, so they let Wohan go completely free, and he picks up the first down easily.
I don't know if you could call it completely free. The air was definitely guarding him.
As McFadden, after that dropped handoff, and he is laid out by the Concord defender. What a hit by the secondary. Mike Davis Jr. might have laid a lick.
Talk about a hit stick.
Greg Sandoval, the linebacker.
I think he's a little pissed off. You know, he gets that big rush, and then they fumble the ball the next play. He's a little mad right now.
Yeah, I don't blame him. But one thing that we do need to notice is that is 2 low snaps consecutive with the center and Carson Strong. Let's see how this goes, if they can figure this out.
Yeah, figure it out. You're going to snap it high or low. What do you want to do?
There we go.
Strong back and throws it in the flat again. Marsh Wohan open, and they cut him down at the legs. And it is going to be enough for a first down, though.
Hey, Concord, yo. This is not your home field. Right? You don't have the 12th man. The air's not guarding nobody right now. Get somebody on Marsh Wohan. Maybe get 2 people on him.
Enjoying those Skittles?
Yes.
Okay. As we have 7 minutes and 10 seconds
there was
counting.
That blue moon you were talking about.
Yeah, there we go. As now under center is Carson Strong, 1 receiver at the top of your screen. They go jumbo. Fakes the handoff, goes to the flat. Caught by the tight end, Brandon Brisson. So there you have the hands of the linebacker for a first down.
What'd I say? He makes that interception. I'm like, hey, people are dropping the ball on the offensive side. Give him a chance.
So 6:50, and Wilcie Wood finally looks like the team we saw all of last year as their offense is cooking here in the red zone, as the ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line. So first down is at the 6. Obviously, if you get in the end zone, that is 6 for the scoreboard. 6:37 and counting as Strong puts the man in motion, and they hand it right back up the middle to Brisson, and Brisson is tackled. So very nifty play call as everybody bit on the motion man.
Except for one.
And Brandon Brisson almost walked in with that touchdown run, but he's going to be cut down just short, 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, they split the defense with that run, and that was perfectly executed. I don't see how that could have been any more perfect unless they got a touchdown.
So 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line. They're going to go 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers with Strong sending the man in motion. They fake both. Strong is going to be, he's going to break free, and he's going to run towards the pylon, and he's going to lunge forward. Oh, man, hope Strong is okay. That could have been a stinger to the neck, as you don't want to see your quarterback lunge face first into 4 defenders.
He's a little shaken up.
Yeah, the first thing I thought when I saw that hit, that looked like a concussion to me.
Oh, yeah. You got to be careful. They're going to take him out.
Yeah, so Strong walking off gingerly.
Or maybe they're not.
Maybe he's just getting the play call.
Yep.
Just a little slow to get up.
Yeah. You got to be careful with those helmet-to-helmet contacts.
Definitely.
It's just so
Head injuries are
dangerous.
nothing to play with.
Especially for a high school kid when you got so much going on.
So it is 2nd down and 5. Actually, they got enough for the first down on the rush. So 1st down and goal from the 5. As they're going to call a timeout. And it's going to be definitely good for Carson
that's
Strong.
the wise thing to do in this situation when you got your quarterback hurt and you need this score from 5 yards out. I definitely think this is a good timeout right here. Give him a chance to sit down for a second.
All right, so let's do a little station identification. This is the 4th quarter of the opening game for Will C. Wood. You are watching the Solano College Sports Network. Brian Nelson here alongside Tristan Vector, Josh Kinder, and earlier you were the voice of Dylan Collins. We have a tie game here, 12-12. Should you want to, well, you are watching this, but if you want to watch anything else, our future broadcasts, you can watch them all on Channel 28 Think TV in Fairfield, California, on the Fairfield Cable Access channel if you have Comcast, as well as youtube.com/Solano College Sports Network, facebook.com/Solano College Sports Network, and our Twitter and Instagram, newly updated SCSN Sports.
Just because you are watching this doesn't mean you want to be.
Yeah, Tristan's forcing you because it's his last.
You have to watch this.
Broadcast. So he's like, hey, everybody, you have to watch this.
Not only about
And
this,
is
it's
the
a
point
tight
where you're like,
game.
Tristan, can I turn this off? No, it's a tie ball game.
It's a tie ball game, and you get to hear my voice. Why would you turn this thing off?
Well,
2nd down and goal. Changing the subjects. As they fake the handoff, the flat is open. Chris Callan, he is going to scoot toward the sideline. 2nd touchdown, Chris Callan. That puts Will C. Wood up 6 points. Catlin on the flat with the play fake from Carson Strong. Chris Catlin gets his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Well, Will C. Wood is so close to finishing off an unbelievable comeback right here. This has been just an outstanding game to watch throughout, but Will C. Wood still got to hold tight here for 5 minutes, and they really got to get this 2-point this 2-point conversion, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody has been able to get points after the 6th.
And the extra version as well, you know, with the demonstrative celebration with Chris Catlin.
Whatever those words mean, I don't know, but
extroversion just means...
I swear I graduated, guys.
You're very talkative, you know, you're very outgoing. Introverted means you're kind of shy to yourself.
Oh, so it describes me, and I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, there you go. As that ball's tipped, but it is caught.
It's caught.
All across the sidelines.
That's good. 2-point conversion.
That was a great catch.
Carson Strong is fired up.
Asawande has had a stellar 2nd half after having a very shaky 1st half. We asked Tristan for somebody to step up besides Zach Marsh-Wohan, Deshaun Parks, Asawande. Asawande has answered the bell here.
And you know, this is almost a better way, if they can finish this thing off, to start off the season than a blowout is, because you learn more about your team and what they're going to be like come playoff time when you have a game like this. First game of the season, there's not a whole lot of chemistry. There's a lot of new guys who haven't played with each other before. To be able to pull off a comeback like this is an outstanding start to the season. And you learned a lot about Carson Strong right there and how mentally tough he is to take a big hit like that, obviously shaken up, come back the next play, get a touchdown, then the 2-point conversion.
And Wood taking a little page out of U.S. soccer, going with the I believe that we will win chant from their band.
I don't know if you want to copy a chant over a team that doesn't win a whole lot of anything, but
yeah, that's interesting marketing strategy for a U.S. men's national soccer team. As the kick is high and short, it's going to bounce, but it's going to lay up for Capers as he has a block in front of him. He makes a cut. He gets past a couple defenders, and man, Capers almost broke free. He's going to be tackled right at the 40.
You're playing with fire when you kick it right at him. You got to at least... He's standing in the middle. You got to at least kick it to the left or right sideline. You can't just kick the ball right at Capers.
I think you should just onside kick it.
I agree with Brian
If you're going to avoid Capers, why not get a chance to get the ball back yourself?
Well, the thing is, look at the field position that they got the last time that they did the onside kick. It was pretty much the same field positioning.
Maybe 10 yards back because obviously the ball has to travel 10 yards. You're at the 40. The worst you can do is be at midfield, and with Capers' return ability, they're at the 40. So is that 10 yards really worth not trying to get the ball back? I don't really think so. Nunez, passes it to Cruz. He makes a man miss, If he makes the safety, he makes the safety miss as well. And he spins past the corner, and he's going to be dragged down from behind by Robert Copeland.
That was just poor tackling by the safety right there.
Poor tackling and a big man. Alex Cruz is not an easy load to bring down.
That play popped. That play was a crack like the voice that Brian just had while calling it.
Yeah, I was on cruise control, and then Alex Cruz disrupted that with that big play, so we will go to the 30-yard line. Nunez drops back, looks for his receiver at the top, makes a great adjustment. Did Augustino keep his feet in bounds?
I think he did. I think he did.
The referee is still deciding.
I think he did.
He's deliberating, and they're going to call it a good catch. Joey Augustino with a great individual play as Nunez put it in the perfect place for Augustino to make that catch on the sideline.
This is something Will Seawood cannot afford, and that is losing the momentum, and they are losing that extremely fast.
Back-to-back big plays, puts a first and goal position at the 5-yard line. But hey, you score really quickly. You have 4 minutes left for a Will Seawood offense that's just scored 20 consecutive points, and Wood is trying to stop the bleeding here with the timeout.
It's drives like these that make me understand why they're called the Minutemen. So fast. It's only been 40 seconds since they got the ball, and they had pretty decent field position, but it only took them 2 plays to get all the way up the field. That was an unbelievable catch right there. Good timeout right here by Coach Mraz right here for Wood. They really needed this.
At the very least, if they score on this next play, you didn't let the
2-point conversion.
Yeah, you didn't let the clock wind down, and you've stopped 2 previous 2-point conversions before. You got to feel confident in your defense to do it again.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to worry too much about if they get the touchdown right here. Like, you have to try and stop them, but if you don't stop them, you still can fall back on stopping the 2-point conversion, because you got that 2-point conversion. Gives you a little extra edge right there that you can still keep the lead even if they score.
4:39 left in the fourth quarter. Will Seawood leads by 8, 20-12 ball game. Nunez will be in a pistol formation, as I think they're going to call timeout.
Yeah.
As a response.
Or they're confused.
I think both.
Yeah,
I'd agree
both
with that
is
one.
very likely. As Concord, we've seen some miscommunications on offense specifically, where they've had to call timeouts where they feel that they're not in the right formation. And here on first down and goal, you have 3 opportunities, probably 4 with your kicking game not being trusted. If you can't trust an extra point, you're not going to go for it when you're this close. And the field goal wouldn't do anything when you're down 8.
I think the game plan, the strategy for tonight's game was, let's keep the fans here as long as possible.
Yeah, I wonder what coach is talking about over there.
He's talking about that catch on the sideline, I think.
Yeah, definitely disputing that one.
He stayed it inbounds.
And when a referee doesn't make an immediate call, you know he didn't get a good look down the sideline at where the feet was. He's just he's pretty much making an educated guess of that. Yeah, I have a feeling that his feet were in. I'm not positive, so I'm going to check with the other umpire who might have
Brian
an
Tristan,
angle.
I like to point out that we have a receiver all the way almost to the far left, so I wonder what he's going to do.
Nunez stuffed up the middle on that first down.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely not. He's a decoy, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
he caught your attention, Josh, so he was hoping that the Will Seawood defenders would catch that attention.
Well.
See, here's the thing, though. If you throw the decoy over there, I would like the possibility of at least the quarterback getting a chance to check, just in case someone didn't notice him over there. Obviously, you want to throw it over there then.
And I think if you put Cruz over there with his big body, maybe you throw a jump ball as Davis dives into the end zone.
Did he get it?
No, his knee was down, it looked like.
Yeah, and I think they're going to spot him just short.
He did everything he could to get in there, but his knee was down just shy.
So 3rd down and inches.
Man, how crazy would it be if Will Seawood stood them up right here?
Yeah, it would definitely be the defensive stand to really build off of for the future here in this first game of the season.
Probably end the game right there.
I mean, it is possible. Wood does have the players to stop this drive.
Nunez hands the ball off to Davis. Davis walks into the end zone.
Or not.
Breaks a couple tackles.
It's all right, rookie. It's all right. You'll get used to this.
Yeah, you'll learn about your predictions being wrong soon enough.
No, I heard all about it at the Black and Blue Bowl.
Yeah,
you guys were just talking and
I learned
talking.
the hard way.
And so that is just the beginning, though, of the comeback attempt from Concord as they trailed for the first time in this ball game. They got the 6. Now they just need the 2.
Yep.
Right.
And so this is really the critical point in this game thus far. 20-18, Wilsey Wood leads the Concord Minutemen.
This right here is the play that's going to determine the course of this game. If Wood can stop it, all they have to do is run out the clock.
And if they don't, Wilsey Wood, we've seen them really figure out their offense here in the second half, posting 20 points. And this would be a career-defining drive for Carson Strong in his first game as a starter in his junior year.
We've seen Wood be aggressive, but do you think if Concord scores here, maybe they go for an onside kick?
I think that's a very good possibility as well. As that snap is botched. So a botched snap, that has been the thing that has plagued both teams, and they're in the most crucial situations, a 2-point conversion to tie the game, they bobble the snap.
I know that it's kind of just general strategy for quarterbacks to try and, jump on the ball when it's fumbled. But when it's a 2-point conversion and the other team can't really take it back anyway, you don't just jump on the ball right there. You got to at least try to, bend over, pick it up, flip it, do whatever you got to do to try and score that. But it was highly unlikely he would have made a play out of that anyway. So that's very unfortunate right there. And I got to feel bad for the center right there, man. You've been making good snaps all game long, watching the other guy make some bad snaps, and then you make a bad snap in the biggest situation of the game.
Yeah, Tristan wants Concord to pull a Missy Elliott, to flip it, reverse it. How's that line go? Or something? Are you showing your age yet again that you're 18? You don't know that Missy Elliott song? What, no, you don't know that? Okay. So that reference is lost on you. So let's get out of this awkwardness, folks. We'll see what is leading 20-0 after 20-0. Dang it. All the momentum's gone.
Brian, you want to take a break?
Yeah, 3:30. This has been a long game, Josh.
No, it has.
3:30.
I will agree.
That's not the time it is here in Vacaville. That's the amount of time left on the scoreboard. We'll see what leads by 2 points. We'll see if they kick it deep. It looks like, for all intents and purposes, that they are going to kick it deep.
Here we go.
And it is going to be an onside kick. And is handled well by Wilsey Wood. Great play there, not panicking. And that's a number in the 60s. And you don't see great hands on an offensive lineman like Diego Nunez too often. So it's a huge play by a guard.
I mean, you had to know that was coming. Once they missed the 2-point conversion, they essentially have a very small chance of winning now if they go on to defense. So they had to try it. I mean, that was actually a pretty good onside kick, too, but just good hands right there for Wilsey Wood. It's a downhill road from here. They got to run it out.
Yes, and they're going to go with that jumbo package with 2 fullbacks in Brisson and Kakuza.
They got to get Concord to use their timeouts. They're going to need to get at least a first down or 2 here.
Yeah.
They hand it off, and the blitz stops them for a loss of 4 yards on that first carry by Wilsey Wood.
Now, I mean, you're just running plays that are, really obvious right now to me. You know exactly who is going to get the ball there. You got to run some sort of deception, or at least maybe try a pass right here short. You don't want to risk an interception down the field, but at the same time, you can't just run through first, second, and third down and let them get the ball back.
So first timeout from Concord. And, yeah, Tristan, exactly. You don't want to lose so much yardage that you get Concord the ball back with over 3 minutes left. We saw the quick play ability of the Minutemen to score in under a minute.
They're called the Minutemen.
Yeah, so the Wildcats need to really be efficient with these play calls here on second and third down because they know they're running it. Concord knows they're running it. But something needs to happen for Wilsey Wood not to back themselves up into unfavorable field advantage because we know that their punter is their quarterback and he's not your regular punter.
Right.
So it's going to be a field position battle for this 3:22. So second down and long. Ball is spotted at about the 48-yard line. First down marker is just past the 40 at the 38-yard line, I believe. As Strong, he takes it himself and he's going to slide down. And I thought maybe you could even call a penalty on number 4.
He's looking for it. He's looking for it.
He got hit in the head on that slide. I don't blame number 4 for making a hit on that slide because he slid right into him. But it was the head contact right there. Could have almost been targeting.
and good heads-up play by Carson Strong to stay in bounds there and slide. So he got back the yards they lost and added 1, so it'll be 3rd down and 9.
You know, Tristan, I'd have to disagree with you on one thing that you mentioned a little bit earlier before, that Wood is making obvious plays. I would not go and risky and do trick plays or anything like that.
I'm not talking about trick plays, but you got to add a little bit of deception in the backfield, not necessarily just like a straight handoff up the middle.
Well, there's not necessarily, like, there is that, but also they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's all planned. Concord is using their timeouts. They are trying to make sure, because once those timeouts are done, they could run the ball all day long.
Right, and it was thanks to that last passing play right there by Carson Strong. He did a great job rushing up the middle and getting some positive yardage. And you're right, they did use 2 of their timeouts. If they can get a 1st down right here, that would be huge.
Yeah.
3rd and 9.
Then they'd use the last timeout.
Strong in the pistol. And he looks back to pass, and he dumps it off to the running back, McFadden, and he's going to be swallowed up short of the first down.
Use the last of the timeouts right there.
So it'll be 2:57.
We're almost
left.
at a 2-minute drill, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's going to be a ball at the 43-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 3. We've seen Wilsey Wood be very risky. You think maybe with it being 4th and short now after that pass play, we could see them go for it on some sort of trick play where they think they're going to punt it, but they actually maybe do another dump off like that.
The way that Concord's offense moved up the field on the last drive, I would seriously consider that right here, but it's a really tough call, though.
Yeah, it's going to be...
You could give them bad field positioning and trust your defense, which has played pretty well this season, or you could risk it right here considering they're still in their own territory, and it's not like they'd have amazing field positioning. And plus, you'd have that opportunity right there.
4th and 5 is the official scoreboard.
I think
length
they
to go.
They would catch me looking off into the distance.
Spread out, and that ball is off the ground. Strong pump fakes. He has a man wide open.
No! Oh my!
Asa Wande testing the limitations of my heart palpitations because he dropped the ball wide open for a touchdown.
That was the ball game right there.
You can't afford a drop pass like that.
That was the ball game. Wood would have had the win if he had managed to haul that in.
Look at all. Okay, now here's just the one thing that we have to realize is we got 2 minutes 51 left. Concord has the ball, but they don't have any timeouts at all. I cannot believe that.
So unbelievable turn of events here. Concord has all the momentum after that drop pass,
and there's the flag.
To get a flag, and Concord.
I can't even right now.
Concord keeps shooting themselves in the foot. As you see, I'm Brian Nelson, Tristan Vector, Josh Kinder from the far cam, Josh Redson, hooking us up with some TV time here.
You had enough of this yet?
2:50, and so the penalty was on Wilsey Wood, so they compounded their problem with the penalty. 1st and 5 from the 48.
This game just got a whole lot more interesting.
That one is across the middle to Augustino. He is on the run, going to be wrapped up out of bounds. Great tackle by Jackson Tavola.
You know, one thing that Wood needs to do is to stop the players before they get out of bounds, because there's nothing that they can do.
Yeah, they got to keep them inbounds, whatever you...
2:43 left.
I don't think she was ready for that.
I don't think so.
And neither was Darian Smith on that throw, as that one sailed past. Smith wasn't even looking for it, as Nunez threw it before Smith broke. So incompleted pass on 1st down will lead 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. So we'll see what defense, that's what really kept them in this ball game with that 12-0 lead from Concord. They held them out for the longest time. Wood got the lead 20-0. Concord scored on their last drive as Nunez drops back, crossing Smith with the reception. He's turning towards the pylon. He's cutting in, and he is brought down short. And what a touchdown-saving tackle from the secondary of Will C. Wood. Man, big play after big play. This has been a roller coaster of a game to start out this season.
You know, the Woods secondary has not been able to solve that play. Concord has done that play numerous times of running across the middle of the field and hitting them in mid-stride, and they still can't stop that play.
First and goal from the 1. They're going to quarterback sneak Nunez, and he is going to be stuffed, and he extended the ball across. Going to say he didn't.
I'm going to say he extended it more up.
Yeah, he didn't extend it like far. He just kind of put it up there and was like, hey.
If you're Will C. Wood and he extends the ball free like that, try to swat that out of his hands.
Honestly,
I've always wondered that.
If he's going to put his 2 hands up there like that, I'm coming with a closed fist.
Superman punch, yeah.
I know. Yeah. I've always wondered, why don't players do that? Is it illegal? What?
No, it's completely legal, as there is a 4 wide receiver set on second down. You're going to hand it up to Davis,
who got the touchdown last time.
For the touchdown. Concord takes the lead 24-20.
Well,
no panic from Will C. Wood. You still got 1:45 in a timeout. You got plenty of time.
And we've seen not even a 2-point conversion will put them ahead by an insurmountable odds, because with the 2-point conversion they'll be up 6. Should Wood score, their 6 would tie the ball game up.
Which we really, no offense, but we don't want in overtime. It is cold out here.
Poor Asa Wande, man. He's probably the loneliest person in the stadium right now.
And he has to play defense as well.
He doesn't get a chance to take a break and think about
Davis rushes in for the 2-point conversion, so that puts him up 6.
There we go.
So that's a big 2-point conversion in the aspect of Wood. Now, if they do score a touchdown, they have to hit an extra point, which they haven't done. So they have to have the 2-point conversion to win. But it all comes down to Carson Strong, the junior quarterback, trying to put this drive together to tie the ball game up and to maybe give Will C. Wood the win here. And Concord, man, this game back and forth. Started 12-0, Concord did. Wood scored 20 straight points, and now Concord responds with 14 straight points. And this fourth quarter is down to one last offensive drive from Will C. Wood.
Man, this game has been unbelievable. Out of all the games that we've covered before, this is unbelievable.
As Chris Catlin will be the receiver back there. Put a little extra juice in the return game with the speedy Chris Catlin, as well as also Wande, who wants to make up for dropping that clear touchdown pass that would have put them up and sealed the game for Will C. Wood. Now they trail by 6. Alex Cruz, the kicker, looking for to pin back Will C. Wood here on the kickoff. 1:44 left in the 4th. Catlin back. Catlin will receive the ball, and he'll let it. He has to pick it up because it didn't fall out of bounds. And Catlin makes a nice move to elude a defender, but it's going to be wrapped up at the 16-yard line. So Will C. Wood has to travel a long distance to get this touchdown.
That is not a starting field position that you want with 1:40 left and the game only 6 points away from a tie. That is not what you want.
One area that Concord has absolutely dominated this game, the whole game's been really close, but one area that they've dominated has been the field positioning. And that's not even so much that they dominated it kind of intentionally. It's just starting off with that kickoff for a touchdown and then the stop on defense. They've always had Will C. Wood punting, giving them better field positioning. Only when Will C. Wood scores have they not had good field positioning.
And that ball took a lucky stop because that was headed right out of bounds as they're going to blow the play dead.
Oh, another flag.
Another flag.
I've never hated the color yellow more than I have for this game.
And it's an encroachment. So 5 yards towards Will C. Wood. And so there's 100 seconds left in this opening game. And 5 yards on the penalty puts a much more manageable situation, 1st and 5 from the 22. And ever since they started that chant, I believe that we will win. They have done exactly the opposite. So I don't know how wise that chant is.
Just like the U.S. team. There's something about that chant.
Carson Strong.
Oh!
Ow! What a hit by Mike Davis Jr. Or actually, I believe that's Capers. Yeah, that's Capers. Demarie Capers, who returned the opening touchdown back opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Laid a lick on that play as it is 2nd down and 2. Low snap yet again, and they're going to blow the play dead. So we'll see. Wood has 1 timeout to work with, so they're going to have to hurry up and use that timeout wisely as they back them up 5 yards for a false start. And when you had 2nd and 2, you really don't want to have mental mistakes like that to push you back to 2nd and 7, which is a lot harder to pick up.
Yeah, we'll see. Wood has not been disciplined this game.
Pistol formation for Strong. Good snap. He looks downfield. Good progression. Reads from Strong. He has all day to throw. He scrambles to the right side. Throws a nice catch made on the sideline. Vince Fan. He got both feet down. And that is going to move the chains at the 35-yard line. And more importantly, he went out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, that was a great catch right there, but also outstanding job by the offensive line. Carson Strong had a ridiculous amount of time. He was very patient. He finally rolled out. Great read.
I'm a fan of Vince on that play. Carson Strong drops back to pass, throws a deep ball, and that is over the head of everybody as Carson Strong gets hit as he threw it, looking for the big play to the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a whole lot of time left. Only 1 timeout. They're still in their territory, so you take a shot downfield. Had a little bit of separation for a moment. They're really tough throw to make, though.
35-yard line is where they're at. They have to travel 65 more yards for the touchdown. They have the wind at their back. The wind is picking up, as you can probably hear on our microphones, and it's cutting us in and out.
This sounds like thunder.
Carson Strong in the pistol. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. He looks that way, gets good protection, and he throws it to the sidelines. Get out of bounds, dude. As he is spun out of bounds by the Concord defender.
Man, why? On the other side of things, though, why did he tackle him out of bounds, though? All you got to do is pull him towards you.
There's so many confusing plays.
He spun him around the other way.
35 seconds left.
You know,
the time
it's
stop.
easy for us to say these things, but when you're in the heat of the moment, you don't know what you want to do.
That's a great point, Josh. As 1st down, Carson Strong looks to the sidelines.
Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds.
Get out of bounds, and he does. Wande made a great move. He faked like he was going to go inside. He juked the corner, went out of bounds, stopped the clock. 22 seconds left.
Have you ever seen any more of an exciting, like, 100
God.
seconds of a game?
No. 22 seconds, 35 yards. Carson Strong and the Will C. Wood Wildcats are driving. Tristan is dying. Carson Strong is in the pistol. 1st and 10, 22 seconds. Strong looks, eludes
Pocket's
the pass rush, throws it across the middle of the field. He has a receiver.
Call the
They
timeout.
have the
Call the timeout. Call the timeout. Call the timeout.
You picked up the 1st down. 14 seconds left. The clock is stopped because you picked up the 1st down. They're going to stop the clock to move the chains. As soon as they set, the clock will wind back up. 14 seconds. They wind the clock. Strong in the pistol formation. 11 seconds left.
Snap.
10. They throw it. Zach Marshall on the completion.
Now use that timeout. Use that timeout.
5 seconds left.
Oh, my God.
And they call timeout.
All right, as they're taking this timeout, what do we think they're going to do? We've seen a lot of different moves at this field position in the red zone, and when it's down to the wire, what do we think we're going to do? You're going to throw it to a tight end, you're going to throw it to wide receiver, you're going to run it. What do you guys think?
One thing's for sure, you cannot run it. You have no timeouts, 5 seconds left. If you run it, you're going for a touchdown or you lose.
Yep.
You have to pass the ball quick.
Now, who do you pass to?
Marsh Wohan.
Yeah.
I agree.
5 seconds left. Will C. Wood has driven the length of the field, 83 yards they needed for a touchdown. They are at the 8-yard line. They have really come back once in this game to take a 6-point lead. Actually, an 8-point lead. Will C. Wood led at this point 20-12 at one point in the second half. Concord scored 14 unanswered points after also Wande dropped a huge opportunity to seal this game. 5 seconds left. 8-yard line. The Will C. Wood Wildcats realistically have this one shot to win or tie this ball game up.
This red skittle right here says that the Wood's gonna score this play. I saved 1 for this play.
Nobody in the backfield. Carson Strong all alone. 5 seconds left.
Perfect
he looks
snap.
And a fade route to Marsh Wohan.
They got 1 second.
Left.
1 second. 1 second left.
So that was the quick play opportunity. Only 4 seconds ran off the clock on that quick pitch and catch opportunity. With Carson Strong, only took 1 step back. Look for his tall 6'4" receiver in Marsh Wohan. And everybody has to believe that they're going that way. So we'll see Wood. What do they do here? 1 play, 1 second, 1 chance to win this game.
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, you got to look Marsh Wohan's way again. However, if that collapses, he's got to look around. And if he doesn't have anybody,
here we go.
he's got the legs to run, too.
Carson Strong drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket. He's
Pocket's
pressured,
collapsing.
throws in the end zone.
What?
8-yard touchdown pass from Carson Strong to Zach Marsh Wohan, and the Wilsey Wood Wildcats tie this ball
Are
game up
you
at 26 apiece.
kidding me? You can never, ever, ever let something like that happen. Oh my God.
So now, folks, if that wasn't enough, a 2-point conversion or an extra point to win this game. They're going with the extra point. And they're going with a new kicker, I believe.
Are they?
If we can zoom in on that number, they're going to kick for the victory. 26-26.
New player from the soccer team. Let's go.
The snap is good. The kick is up.
Oh!
Good. It is good. Wilsey Wood wins on a final touchdown with 1
Wow.
second left to Marsh Wohan. And the kicker for Wilsey Wood.
Can we find out who that is?
And Concord is crushed on the field.
13. Who's number 13?
Number 13 is Brandon Drummond. So the leg of Brandon Drummond is the
That
hero.
is who they have as a kicker on their depth chart. What was going on here?
Where was he the whole game?
I'm telling you, this entire game was planned to stress us out.
Oh my God!
And
This was worth the late start and the long game and the penalties. This was all worth it. Oh
wow!
Ultimately, they saved Drummond's leg for last, and when they needed it most, they execute the point after attempt for the win. A kickoff. In like a walk-off situation, it's like the kickoff.
There was a go-to receiver that they found. That connection, I see that is going to be incredibly crucial and strong throughout the season. We need to keep a look out on those two right there.
Our first game of the season here at Solana College Sports Network is probably going to be the best game of the season that we covered all season long. But what an amazing game. Tristan, your final broadcast with us. Is there any other way you want to go out on?
This was absolutely perfect right here, man. The roller coaster of emotions. Concord dominated the first half. We'll see Wood comes back. Concord comes back. Wood comes back on them again with no time left. You mentioned like a walk-off. That's a buzzer beater, man. That kicker is Kobe right there.
Hey,
that's crazy.
The only thing I could say is at least your Skittle didn't go to waste.
And your final prediction was right as Wilsey Wood completes the comeback. Josh, your final thoughts on this ball game?
This game was incredible throughout all aspects on every quarter. We had Concord that was pulling ahead almost the entire game and just failed to close it. All you can do now is regroup, head back home, and for next practice, talk about what's going on and what's going to happen.
And so, folks, that's us. That's it for us here in the broadcast booth. For Brian Nelson, Tristan Vector, Josh Kinder, and Dylan Collins here. For all of our camera people, everybody on production, we'd like to thank you for watching this unbelievable game. Wilsey Wood defeats the Concord Minutemen 27-26 in this first game of the 2016 campaign. Wilsey Wood walks home victorious. Thank you for watching, and tune in next week, folks, as we will bring you Wilsey Wood home games all season long. Thank you for watching.
Hi, everybody. Greg Poff here in the Solano College Sports Network studio to tell you about a great opportunity here at Solano Community College, where we are the only college in the nation to have our own sports broadcasting program. So if you're interested in a career in sports broadcasting, Solano Community College is the place for you. And we offer students training in all aspects of sports broadcasting, whether it's behind the microphone, using a camera, or learning to operate our state-of-the-art TV production system in our newly renovated TV studio, or out in the field covering an actual live Solano Community College sports event. At SCC, our sports broadcasting program is responsible for providing broadcasts of Solano sports events and creating shows to be telecast on Fairfield's Channel 28, as well as webcasts on our Solano College Sports Network YouTube channel and our Facebook page. So if you're interested in taking one of our sports broadcasting courses, you will find them listed in the SCC schedule of classes each and every semester under Communication Studies. Also, by the end of this spring semester, we will have a certificated program in place where you can earn a certificate in the field of sports broadcasting that has you ready and prepared for an entry-level position in that particular career. So come on over, check us out. You can find us in the TV studio in room 121 on the main campus at Solano Community College in Fairfield, California. And remember, here at Solano College Sports Network, it's more than just sports.
It's an education.